This is the most boringest live stream going, I think.
My dearest Martha, I write to you from the rain and blood-soaked fields of Pettysburg. On this day, forces of the Irish Demon Army have amassed. They have come from the rain-soaked hills of Ireland to take on the forces of Delete Lawz. And of course his people have come from the jizz-soaked basements that they dwell in. I sit here writing by candlelight thinking about you and all of the freaky stuff that we used to do, but more on that later. Today we had a deserter from the other side, in fact a pretty high-up general, and he has come to us with information that we think will help us to win this civil war. The men are cold, but their hearts are warm. Knowing what they're about to face into, the opposition has amassed a force, including a very feared YouTube anti-hijacking team. But we do not fear, my darling. For we know that the good and the great are on our side. The good General Frank Perry is leading the way, infiltrating and causing some trouble in there. And we think that he has indeed done a good job. The Demon Army has grown quite significantly in these past few months, my darling. But hopefully we'll grow some more today. And so soon I step foot on the fields of Pettysburg, and I do not know if it is there that I shall lay forever. If not, I cannot wait to feel your warm embrace again. But in the meantime, my darling, send nudes. Yours faithfully, General Demon. Well, hello everybody. We are back live. How we all doing today? So today's the day. Let's get petty. I like the sound of that, Lisa Doran. I don't know what happened to my camera there. So lads and lassies, get your tea bags ready because apparently there's some tea being spilled here today. And release the demon dogs. Fucking A. I've got my Celtic battle spoon ready to go up there just in case. I hope you're all doing really well out there. So yeah, I'm just waiting on Colin to come along. I have sent him the link to join a little while back. So hopefully he'll be joining us really, really soon. Absolutely. Send nudes. Irish is early. What is happening? I know, right? I fucking know. I just could not wait to get going. Chili always gets teabagged. Let's face it. Like, he gets teabagged by life. Americans love a good tea party. They sure fucking do, don't they? Absolutely. Linda's watching from Portland, Oregon. I hope you're doing really well out there. Petty is set to max levels. Fucking A. I intend to be very petty, actually. That's just the way that's going to go. I'm going full Tom Petty on this. Fire Missile, aka DJ, says, good afternoon from my workplace. I hope your workplace is enjoying this. Let me see here now. Adela sends a load of defamation shamrocks. Thank you very much indeed. Desert Central says, advertising during live really sucks. It really does. I need to see, is there a way of switching that off? Because somebody said that to me the other day, and my understanding is YouTube have changed a whole lot of their rules on how they're doing that. So give me a second here. So I can switch off monetization, I think is how that works. Let YouTube insert. Choose how mid-rolls appear. Okay. Non-skippable ads. Insert mid-roll automatically. I can set it to every half an hour. So hopefully. Oh, wait, no, hold on. If I set it to insert manually and then just not put them in, that would do. I think that's how that works. Yeah, anyway, okay, so that's that sorted. I think you let me know if you guys do see an ad pop up, let me know, because YouTube already demonetized this live stream, so they shouldn't be putting ads in it anyway, as far as I can see. Thank you so much, Night Noodler. Really appreciate that. Good to see you too, Broken Angel. I hope you're doing really well. I bet Dildo's having a mental breakdown, a meltdown, a meth down. Most likely is. Absolutely. I've been asking for Chili on his videos about Charlie. No response except for a heart. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the dog, but we'll see what's happening. Good to see you, Rez. I hope you're doing really well out there. All hail the beautiful demons. Thank you very much indeed. Now, before we get stuck into it here, just real quick, I'm just going to grab a couple of these. Load your shamrocks. Fucking A, get ready. Phil says that Chili is in the chat. Well, Chili, you're more than welcome to come on if you want to, although I doubt you will. Stephen damn it, Curtian, yike. For £5 says, I can't wait for what this brings. I wonder if Chili's watching. I have no doubt he is. No doubt he is fapping on his little wiener. And thank you so much for today, Stephen. I really appreciate that, my friend. Real quick, very important message from Lil Spitfire says, to everyone who said and wish my mama well, thank you very much. She is beaming. She sends her shamrocks and much love. Thank you all. Thank you so much indeed. I'm really, really glad to hear that. Desert Sentinel. Now, I'm going to save this for a while because I'll put this to Colin as well because I think that's only fair. Big Bark Little Bite for $2 says, Irish Demon Naval Strike Force standing by. Thank you so much indeed. Get out your little canoes there and start getting ready to strike. Jay Mack has been a member for 11 months, says Chili's little world is slowly falling apart. I don't know. It's a hard one. We'll see. Jimmy G for $5 Australian says, I thought it was to Mother, not Martha. The send the nudes got me. Yeah, no, that would definitely be a bit kind of Alabama. Sorry, Alabama people. All right, lads and lassies, welcome to the stage right now. We have Colin in the house. Good to see you, Colin.
What's going on, buddy? Nice to finally meet you in person.
And you too. And of course, I was telling people we've talked over and back a bit. It's certainly in the last day or so, but in the past as well. And we've had some brief conversations in the past.
You've actually had my back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, I know, you know, one of our messages over and back, you were saying that quite a few people kind of warned you about Chili or whatever. And now you're starting to see what's actually going on, basically. So, yeah. Well, you're here anyway to give your side of the story. I don't know if Chili actually is in the side chat. I'm sure he's watching very intentionally. I'm sure he's watching, basically, is what I'm trying to say, intently. And yeah, who knows? He might have something to say, but we'll wait and see what happens. So tell us we'll start off from the beginning for those who don't know what this is all about. So you were running the channel Delete Lawz Clips, isn't it?
Correct.
And doing his editing and stuff like that. So how did that all come about? Because we've heard Chili's side of it and we'd like to hear yours.
When we first, I actually started as a troll channel. A lot of you guys know that. You know, yeah. I had the Delete Lawz. It was an imposter channel. I had the same name and moniker as him, but I made content making fun of him. I actually sent a bunch of my videos to him and in Facebook, and he responded, and we started to have a conversation back and forth in Facebook, and he said, you know, hey, you know, you're doing good editing, you know, good work. I like your editing. You know, it'd be nice if you could do it for me on my side. And we had a heart-to-heart back and forth. You know, I told him, I think you're a piece of shit. I think you're a grifter, all this other stuff, and he went through and he explained, I'm not any of those things. Give me a chance. I'll prove it to you. Yeah, he showed me a bunch of evidence on the surface that looked like he was telling the truth. So I was like, you know, all right. I mean, he offered me originally he offered me a 50-50 partnership for Delete Lawz Clips and anything else that I create with him. Mm-hmm. That's not counting the main channel that, you know, Delete Lawz was his and always has been. Well, actually, it's not really his. It's actually Jeff Lloyd's.
Yeah.
But so we originally 50-50 partners on everything.
Yeah.
So we started the channel Delete Lawz Clips, and I started growing it, and then I started implementing things like schedules, having videos come out at certain times every day so people know exactly when, hey, there's going to be a new video out today. Going in and actually following the analytics, because Chili's pretty stupid. He knows absolutely, before he met me, he knew absolutely nothing about the analytics whatsoever. He didn't know how to read them. He didn't know what they meant. He didn't even know how to see where his paycheck was. He didn't even know, like, when you get paid every month, he didn't even know where to look to see how much the check's going to be for.
Oh, on Google, what's that? AdSense.
Yeah, but even in the studio, he didn't even know where to look to see how much the check was going to be for. So I had to show him all of that. Same thing with StreamYard. He didn't know how to use StreamYard either. And StreamYard is pretty simple. You know, it's not very complicated, but he didn't know how to, and he still, to this day, he still doesn't know how to use it. He doesn't know how to put the banners and stuff up.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
I do. I just did it.
Yeah. But anyway, so 50-50 partners on the channel. We started that. It blew up, you know, because that's right when YouTube was pushing shorts real big time.
Yeah.
So I started focusing on shorts, and I grew that channel like 22,000 subscribers within 2 months. And once it started to become, and then I also opened up a TikTok as well. And I tried to get him involved in it. I tried to say, hey, you know, why don't you come on, go live, and let's build the TikTok. I don't want nothing to do with it. You just build it. Do whatever you want with the TikTok. I want nothing to do with it. So that's what I did. I opened a TikTok account in my name, started posting his videos on it. I grew that too. I grew that up to a bunch of subscribers fast. And as soon as it became something, as soon as the channels became that they weren't just garbage, and, you know, as soon as they actually had value and were making money and had a lot of subscribers and stuff, then he said that, oh, no, I never agreed to 50-50 partnership. You're my employee. These are my channels. You work for me.
Yeah.
And he told me, you change it back or else I'm going to fire you. And I said, I'm not changing. And then he said he's going to sue me, obviously, because he sues everybody.
Yeah, of course.
But so I said, no, I'm not. I said that was our agreement, and I'm not. I'm not doing that. You know, and I changed it back then. I changed the passwords on it because he actually tried to steal it from me. So I did it first. So I was the first one to get him on it. And I don't like doing shit like that, but, you know, with him, people like that, you have no choice, man, because they have to strong arm you. They have to use every bit of leverage they have against you, and that's his whole MO. I mean, anybody he's ever had that's been a victim of him will tell you the same thing, that he's very manipulative, and he tries to you know, get blackmail. He tries to blackmail you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he records conversations and stuff, because he's hoping you'll say something that he can use later. Yes. But anyway, so that happened, and I changed the passwords, and we end up. I quit, and I was gone for like 3 or 4 days, and we had a heart to heart talk about it or whatever, and. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the time, because I think I quit twice, but that's the time when no, that is right. Okay. So he I told him, I said, I finally said, because I really didn't want to, you know, I didn't have anywhere else to go. And the channel, what's it going to do for me? Because it, you know, without him, it's not like I put my own content on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really did me no good. So I said, okay, I didn't agree to that originally, but if that's what you want, fine. Buy me out. You can buy me out of the TikTok. You can, you know, buy me out of my ownership of the TikTok and the YouTube, and they'll be yours. And I'll just do editing for you then. That's fine. And so he agreed to that. But then when it came time to paying, then he wouldn't give me my money. He made me, he forced me to sign a exit agreement or NDA exit agreement in order to get my money. And that not just, I'm not even talking about for the money to buy me out. Like he once again, same thing like now, he owed me like a month of back pay, and he wasn't yeah, he was holding that hostage. You know, he wouldn't give it to me unless I signed that.
Yeah.
So
And this was in the most recent kind of breakdown and things like that. Somebody asked, did you sign any non-disclosure agreement or anything like that with him?
yeah, I signed it here. That's what I'm saying, because he strong-armed me too. He wouldn't give me my money. I didn't have any money. I was hard up. I needed a job. I couldn't afford to lose my job.
Of course.
So I signed it.
And when was that? When did you sign it?
That was, I believe, in March, or I think it was March or April.
Right. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And so, in the most recent kind of episode, how much roughly does he owe you now?
He owes me $299 still for, you know, the check on the 20th, which is the, you know, what I work. Because anybody with YouTube, you know, if you know YouTube, they're net 20. You get paid. Their pay period for YouTube is the 1st of every month to the 30th every month.
Exactly.
Or the 31st, whatever. And but you don't get paid for that money until the 20th of the following month.
Next month. Exactly.
So when we get paid, like the money he paid me on the 20th of last month was not for September, like he put in, like in the Cash App for the you know, the note or whatever at the bottom. He put September paid in full. No, it was not September paid in full, because that was the money for August. And then so September. So he owed me $300 still for September, because I worked the whole month of September. And then for October, I had already worked 17 days for October. So he owed me $1,700, because, or, you know, I was getting paid. And that's another thing with him is I never had a steady salary with him. It fluctuated wildly. And I held on because, and I'm going to release videos down the road here. I have videos, you know, where he's trying to sell me on, I'm going to get you $10,000 a month. We'll be making $10,000 a month real soon. It'll take like 6 months. That's it. Just hang on there. So, you know, I was accepting the lower pay. And a lot of times I was only getting paid $500, $1,000, $2,000, which is, you know, it's decent, I guess, but it's not, you know, not considering the amount of hours I put in for the job. You know, from the time I wake up in the morning till the time I go to bed, that's all I did was delete Lawz. You know, that was my whole life. You know, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have kids, anything. That's all I did. So I was working 16, 18 hours a day, and like I was saying, like he promoted me in pay a little bit for the last 2 months. You know, he was giving me $2,000 before, and then in the last 2 months it went up to $3,000, because we both agreed that I need to get out of my trailer and get somewhere decent, because I have really horrible living conditions there. And also my Wi-Fi is terrible, and that's the thing. Like, he didn't really care about my living conditions or any of that. He just cared about the Wi-Fi, because it was slowing me down to where it was messing up the job. And it was costing me a fortune, because you know, my trailer's in a very rural area, and there's only one provider out there that I can use. They're the only ones that have a tower in the area. So it, you know, it's like you're stuck with them. And it cost me, my internet ended up costing me $500 a month just to keep it on, because of all the data I was using. I was using about 500 gigabytes of data every month, uploading videos and cutting and everything. So I had to have like an astronomical data plan. So we talked about it, and we were both like, well, if we're going to pay that kind of money for you know, for that much internet, why don't we just get you out of there? And, you know, hotels get, you know, because I have horrible credit, so I can't. Originally I wanted to get like an apartment or something, but I have horrible credit for one, and secondly, I don't have job security. You know, between YouTube, the money fluctuating so wildly, and then him threatening every week, he threatens to fire me over something different. You know, it's
Like
the
what kind
littlest
of
thing.
stuff? What kind of stuff would he be threatening to fire you for?
He would threaten to fire me over the one of the things was the font on the captions. He didn't he didn't like the font on the captions, so he was going to fire me over that. Just I mean various things, and some things are stupid. Like he was going to fire me over not doing trifold videos for him, because that's another thing. Like he was constantly pushing me every day, trifold videos, trifold videos, trifold videos, because that's one of the things I'm exposing is that's a Ponzi scheme for him. He what he does is the money that comes in every month for that, he spends it like water, man.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to pay the printer, so he's always behind with that. So the only way he can pay the printer is if he gets a lot more sales coming in to pay the printer.
Yeah. And does he sell a lot of those?
Tons of them.
Yeah.
We do most of our trifold sales come from TikTok, and we were doing anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 a month in just trifolds.
Holy shit! I gotta set up my own trifold. God damn.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people like them, and it resonated with a lot of people.
And is he is he registered as a business or anything, or?
He had, when we first started, he originally had Ethics SCS Incorporated, but he never paid taxes on it and was delinquent, so they suspended him in California. So then he moved to Nevada, and then he didn't have any business at all for a while. Like when I first started, he had no business whatsoever. And then he opened up Ethics SCS LLC in Nevada. And he's playing the same game there, where he doesn't pay any taxes. He's never paid taxes. As far as me, I'm supposed to be a 1099 independent contractor, but he's never sent me anything for taxes. Matter of fact, on everything he sends me for pay, he puts dono or donation on the line.
Yeah, I spotted that last night.
Yeah, he's trying to scam at everybody, and it's tax fraud, man. So
PDocs says Ethics SES was suspended back in 2019.
Correct. That was the first one. That was the incorporated. And then he didn't have any company for a while. And then soon after I started working for him, when he moved to Nevada, that's when he opened up another one in Nevada, which was the same name, but instead of incorporated, it was LLC.
Okay. And tell me, so what actually led to the current breakdown in the working relationship that you guys had up until a couple of days ago?
The current breakdown is I use CapCut to do my editing. That, if anybody knows, that's an editing program. It's very good. You can do wonders with it. But he's using an old, outdated, antiquated software to do his editing, Premiere Pro. And in order to do that, you have to do it on a computer, and you have to use the mouse and keyboard and everything. It's not touch screen. I actually tried using it because he asked me a couple times in the past, because that's the thing. Like he would never outright say, unless once he got really mad, then he would actually just come out and just start screaming at me like a maniac. But before that, he would always just try to suggest things to me and try to make it like part of his manipulation thing. He would try to make it out like it was my idea. Like, hey man, this Premiere Pro, it's really good, man. You should try it. That's what I use. You should come over here and try it. You'd be a lot better off. now that you got your new computer and stuff, it would help you. So I mean, I tried it. I didn't like it. I use CapCut, which you can do on your phone with touch
Yeah.
screen, and I do all my editing on my phone.
So like
It's just,
Bridge the Divide says lol Premiere Pro is outdated. I was of the opinion that Premiere Pro was like the industry standard at the moment. I use Final Cut Pro at the moment. I'm getting a Windows PC soon, so I'll be switching over to Premiere Pro after that. But I suppose it depends on the type of editing you do too, does it? Or
yeah, I mean, to each his own. It might
Mhm.
be, but it's not what it's not what I like, and the direction is moving. The industry is moving out of that direction. Everything is
Okay.
going to the new format where everything's included in it. You can do everything all in one system,
Mhm.
like CapCut has.
Right on.
So like there's so many things that you can do in CapCut that you can't do in Premiere Pro. It's like
Mhm.
10 steps above.
Gotcha.
But regardless, that's what I use. That's what I like. I told him that. I said, I'm not going to use Premiere Pro. I don't like it. So he said, well, I'm the boss. You're going to use it or else you're fired. So I said, well, I'm not going to use it. So if you want to fire me, that's fine. Let me know when my last day is. And he said, okay, your last day is the 20th of next month. And you could train your replacement.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to train somebody to take my job. Number one,
Yeah.
and secondly, let's not drag it out, man. Let's not drag the agony out anymore.
Mhm.
If you're going to fire me, let's end it. This month will be the last. Let's quit this month. Let's just end it right now. And I sent him what I sent you, saying exactly that,
Mhm.
as well as I broke down for him exactly how much money he still owed me for the month, and reminded him that he did say he would offer me a severance package. And that's when he laughed in my face and said, F off. I don't owe you shit. I'm not paying you a dime.
Mhm.
So once he said that, and based on what he did before to me, um, with screwing me out of my money in order to forcing me to sign a contract to get my money, then I changed the password on him for not the main account, but for clips.
Okay.
And
So how was he able to still remove videos that you were uploading?
he got it back through YouTube, because
Oh, okay.
that account, when I came, like I said, I signed over the rights to that account
Mhm.
back in, I think, April, the first time I quit. So after that, it was in his name.
Mhm.
Um, so that's why. Even though I
Yeah.
changed the password, he was able to contact YouTube, and they were able to get it back for him somehow.
Well, the way, when so yesterday there was a video put up on that channel that tagged me, the one about spilling the tea or whatever, and then it was immediately removed. So I was lucky to just be able to screen catch it in time. Um so how is it that you were able to upload that video and he was also able to delete that video?
Because he's dumb.
How do you mean?
Um, I, uh, I had because all my computers are under Project Constitution, Gmail, and everything. So
Okay.
in the the permissions or whatever, my the channel I have now, Project Constitution, was as a admin in YouTube Studio.
Mhm.
So I still had full access to, even though I didn't have access to DLC clips anymore, I still had full access, admin privileges as a manager for
Gotcha.
the channel through
Gotcha.
Project Constitution.
Yes. Okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, so just a few other things that came up today that people were mentioning to me. One of the things that came up was about hold on, let me just have a look here now. about there was a video about the two addresses. So one was I think like a former CBD dispensary, and one was a house. And without saying those addresses, what exactly are those addresses? I don't understand what
The house is where I believe his legal residence is for Nevada. That's where he has, I think, his business registered to, which is his cousin's house.
It's his cousin's house. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think somebody said that it was a claim that it was his sister's house or something like that. And I would just say for anybody out there,
I think it's his sister. It's a family member. I know that.
Okay. Okay. And just real quick for anybody out there, because there was also something about some phone numbers being released or whatever. I know a lot of people were asking me to
publicly.
Did you text them out to somebody though?
I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess it would probably put you in trouble if you agreed that was the case. I know from my perspective, I definitely wouldn't, personally, I wouldn't release his numbers or anything like that, because it would open you up to liability and all sorts of problems there, especially considering that seems to be one of the things he's gone after people for. Same with the addresses. For anybody out there who does know what those addresses are, I highly recommend that you don't go there and don't cause any trouble there. My understanding is Chili's armed. He was talking yesterday about people catching lead and
you
stuff
definitely
like
don't want to go there and start anything with him, because he is armed.
What's he armed with?
He has I know for sure he has two guns. He has that 350. I think it's a 357 Magnum revolver. And then he also has a shotgun that he just bought recently that he keeps in the shop.
Oh, okay. And you don't know where he got that 357, do you?
Somebody gave it to him. One of the subscribers gave it to him at some point.
Oh, okay. Because I know there was some confusion about the 357 mag. Somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody claimed that that had come from somebody up in Ironton.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because what came back to me was that the gun that he was given in Ironton was actually a 45, I think. I don't know if that was a 45 semi-automatic or a revolver, but that's
a revolver. Absolutely a revolver.
Okay, so is it possible that it might just be a different?
No, that's the gun. That is the gun.
Thank you to who was it? So Art Akudo said he stole a 44 mag from Derek. Oh, 44, not a 45. A 44 mag from Derek Ridley.
Yep, that's what it is then.
So would it be fair to say that it's probably that instead of the 357 or whatever?
Yeah. It's just it's one of the big revolver guns.
Yeah. Okay, I got you now. Okay, now that makes sense. So I know that was there was a bit of confusion around that there.
And the second address is his studio, which is actually where he lives. He squats in there illegally. He's not supposed to be living in there.
See, that leads me to another question. So he seems to be, just from even what you were saying about how many trifolds he sells and stuff like that, he seems to be making a significant amount of money every month. And so that's why I'm just wondering, why would he have to squat somewhere if he's making potentially, how much would you say he's making a month off the top of your head, like a guess?
At least $15,000 a month every month.
Is that
that's counting YouTube? That's counting YouTube and trifolds, and that's on just like the average. I mean, there's some months, like one month a couple months ago, I think it was back in May, between the trifolds and the YouTube and everything, we made, I think, he made $21,000.
Mm-hmm. And so if that's the case, if he's making that much money, why would he be squatting at his business and living out of a van and stuff like that?
Because he spends the money wildly.
Oh, really?
Yep, he spends the money wildly. I don't know whether it's what else he's doing, whether he's doing recreational drugs, but I do know he spends a lot of money on different stuff that he doesn't really need for the business. like he went on a spending spree because he has a whole nother top secret YouTube channel that he's starting, which he's been filming content for, called Project Aliens. And what it is it's him and a bunch of other people. They dress up in alien costumes, and it's like a Teletubbies. It has nothing to do with police activity or anything at all. It's just it's like a Teletubbies. They dress up and they do it. It's sped up, so it's them going around like building. Like the first episode was them building a wall of TVs. Like he went on a spending spree and he bought like I think 50 different flat screen TVs and put them all up on the studio on the wall. Put them all up on the wall of his studio. And he did that dressed as an alien and recorded it along with somebody else. And that's the first episode. And then another one was him building a table. Hammer, once again, chili with a hammer. Hammering together, a table with some other person and doing a bunch of goofy stuff dressed as the alien. But so that's what he's been spending a lot of money on. He bought $1,000 slide for that. What, and also slide? Like when you do movies, how they have the like a train track.
Oh yeah, okay.
Have the little thing that the camera sits on and just kind of glides down.
Yeah.
So he bought one of them for $1,000. The table that he bought to put together was like another, I think, $1,500.
Holy shit!
I mean, he spends the money wildly. And
talking about spending money, and this is a question that has come from a lot of people here in the side chat. So I'm gonna just scroll down and see who actually asked it. I will get to any questions and stuff in the side chat here. But just from the super chats here, there was somebody asking. Wait a second here now. I'll find it here. Okay, yeah. So Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity for $5 says, ask him about Chili buying subs, his tax and business records. Since he worked for Chili, he would be an employee and Chili would be paying taxes. So you kind of already covered the contracting side of things, which is fair enough. But about the buying subs, and you and I have had this conversation in the past as well. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, the explanation that you'd given me way back a few months ago was that he wasn't buying subs, but because of the shorts that he was getting a lot of subs from that. Is that right?
Correct. So, I'm pretty confident. I can't say for sure he's not buying subs because he could be doing it without my knowledge. But I don't think so because I watch the analytics, regularly. Like I'm a freak for the analytics. And I was seeing where all the subs were coming from, and they were coming from all the shorts that I was making that were all going viral. I mean, there were so many of them that were getting 500,000, 1 million views, 2 million views, whatever.
Yeah. And there was what I noticed last night, and this kind of ties into that same question. When it comes to the buying of subs, right? So let's say we don't know for sure whether or not he's buying subs right now. It does seem like he lost a lot of subs at one point because I think YouTube might have picked up on the fact that he was buying subs. But the other thing that I did notice was that last night during his live stream about you, he had over 3,500 people watching, right? But he had less than 300 likes and very little engagement in the side chat. Not only that, but after a set period of time, it dropped from 3,500 viewers to 350. So it was like an instantaneous drop, as if, his hour of paid viewership was up or something like that. Have you come across anything like that before?
There's been weird anomalies. Yeah, I don't know what's causing them, but there has been really weird anomalies going on with the viewership. There's times when we'll have there was one time we had 3,000 people in the chat for one of the videos. I mean, for one of the lives, we had 3,000 people in the chat room doing the live, and then once it finished processing or whatever, after we were done, then it only showed like 500 people. So like where'd the other 2,500 people that were there, where'd they go?
That's
So
that's what I
I don't know
noticed
whether
last
it's like
night.
fake, like it's bots, or I don't know what it is. I really don't. It could
Yeah.
it could very well be him. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I've never seen any evidence of it, and to my
But like, I
knowledge,
mean,
like I do know, a lot of the shorts were coming from. I mean, a lot of the subscribers were coming from the shorts.
okay. Okay, fair enough.
And then the other thing is
Navy
they
girl.
don't.
Oh, sorry, go on.
The other thing is the shorts don't. The short subscribers don't translate to long form views.
No, not at all.
So they're
Not at
not a
all.
good quality of subscriber because
No, it
they don't
affects your
watch
channel
it.
in the long run. Because that's the thing.
Exactly.
He's got 360,000 subscribers, but very
Nobody
little
watches.
very little viewership, right? So Navy Girl asks, ask him if Chili has a team or is it just him? Because he always refers to his team.
In his mind, he's completely delusional. In his mind, he is the CEO of some big major corporation, and he really thinks that. Like in his mind, he really thinks that. But in reality, it was just me and him for the day to day, and that's it. Now he does have what he calls a legal team, which neither one of them are actual lawyers. He's got two people. He's got a guy named Mark Adams, Discussing Law, is the one.
Yeah, I've had my interactions with him.
Yeah. And then a guy named Tony Tones. He's another one. That Mark and Tony are the ones that write all Chili's lawsuits and all his motions. And they also write News Now Omaha's motions. And the guy Tony is also I think he's a bail bondsman, and he's also with a fugitive task. Like he can what do they call it? When you go after like with a bounty hunter. He's also a
bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And somebody asked as well about his hospital stay. So he did say that he was in hospital for a couple of days. Do you know if that's true or not? Or
Absolutely. I have a video up on my channel that I put from him in the hospital where he was just doing all. I mean, you can watch it. You can pull it up. He's I guess they gave him some kind of meds or something, but he's just out of his mind, going like blah 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 blah. It's hilarious.
I'm gonna just try find your channel here because my
at Project Constitution.
My YouTube isn't loading properly. So that's true. Okay, that's good to know. Because it's hard to know if he's telling the truth or not. Let's face it. I'll also put the link to your channel in the side chat as well for people to check out and to kind of keep up to date with things as they come. I
appreciate it. And,
being cringe in the hospital.
Yep. Well, no, there's two of them. There's being cringe, and then there's the other one. The other one is the one I'm talking about.
And what was he actually in there for?
He was in there because he goes nonstop. He will stay up for like 48 hours at a time.
Yeah, he said that yesterday as well, actually.
And then only gets like 4 hours of sleep. So he just, I honestly, I don't have proof of it, but I really do think he's using some kind of upper like cocaine or something. He's definitely on something because number one, like I said, he's wired like that, and doesn't sleep like that. And secondly, I can see it in his mood. Like he changes, like he becomes two totally different people.
In what way?
He becomes two totally different people, and like he'll be completely calm one minute, and then at and then the next minute, like the flip of a switch, then he'll just be like a total nut, and we'll flip the switch and just be like completely down my throat, screaming at me like a maniac.
like I've always made the joke, and you know, obviously, I have absolutely no evidence of this whatsoever that there might be, you know, some kind of amphetamine involved. Just
Absolutely.
real quick for people in the side chat, right? Please do not time people out, okay? So somebody put up a comment. I'm not pointing out anybody. Primary Shipments put up a comment saying Team DLZ. If they want to say that, leave them say that. Please do not time people out
I
or
invited the
delete their
moderators
comments.
of Team DLZ here because a lot of them are good people, you know,
Yeah,
especially like
and
Gloria.
that's the thing.
And I
I
want
should have
them.
mentioned that at the start as well. For all of you guys, please don't time people out for no reason. My rules here are basically if they're spamming it, fair enough, guys. Please don't spam it. Say your piece, no problem, but don't be spamming the side chat. That's fair enough. I think, you know. Like so yeah, the whole thing about the drug use, I've always had that opinion. That's just my personal opinion that I've worked a lot with people who have all sorts of drug problems, from short-term partying too much to long-term issues. And you know, it was very obvious to me as somebody who's dealt with that situation my whole life. I know what to look for.
Same here.
Sorry, who's?
And I'm actually, you know, he tried to say it like it's a bad thing, you know, like put me down for it, but I'm actually a recovering drug addict myself, and I've
Yeah.
owned that since day one. I haven't hidden that, you know. I own it. I have no problem saying what I am, who I am.
Good on you.
I've been clean now for over 15 years, and it wasn't crack or heroin or meth or anything. I got addicted legally through pain pills that were being prescribed to me,
Very common.
like a lot of people.
Absolutely. Let me just grab a few of these super chats here and see what other questions we have that come up. Roland Smoke Barbecue for $5 says, "Hey Chili, better start packing from your smoky hideout." And it is strange to me that he's potentially squatting in this place or in his van or whatever when he's making, you know, tens of thousands of dollars a month. It just seems very unusual. Stephen Kurtnink for £5 says, "No problem, mate. Reckon if I have a picture of Chili on my desk, it'll stop people sitting there." Probably will, actually. Yeah, it's he's like a scarecrow for women. Adela for $5 says, "I bet Chili is slinging snot by now." Probably. I'm look, lads and lassies in the side chat, drop some shamrocks and say hello, Chili, because we all know he's watching. Although somebody did just say he went live, so I'm not sure. I just want to know where the transparency app is. Do you know anything about the transparency app? Is that just bullshit, or
He can never finish anything. Like, that's one thing he wants to say he's a leader. He is no leader. He's pathetic. He is so pathetic. He can, like, his attention span. He's got the attention of a gnat. Like, he can't finish anything. He starts so many projects, and they're all half finished, just like his lawsuits. You know, he starts something and can't finish it. He's just he chronically cannot finish things.
Yeah. Hence why his OnlyFans career didn't go so well. Neil Morrison for $10 says, "Question: Does Chili really believe he will win these civil law cases? Lawyers think his motions and pleadings are, insert a suitable pejorative term." Yeah, I mean, most of it is absolute nonsense. Anybody with a brain can see he's not going to win any of those.
He knows he's not going to win. The only reason he's doing it is because he wants to financially ruin people. That's, I mean, he stated it live. Yeah, he admitted it
live. He absolutely did. He said in his own words, he said, "I'm going to keep filing motion after motion after motion, and it's going to cost you X amount every time until basically you give up." So absolutely, I've always had that same opinion. Hank's Corner for $2 says, "A petty donation to piss off petty people." Thank you very much indeed. We are indeed in Pettysburg. Thank you so much, Hank's Corner, who's been a member for 20 months. Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity has been a member for a month. Says, "Ask Colin about Chalita's tax or business record." I think we kind of covered that he doesn't pay taxes and his situation with his LLC and all that. Thank you so much, Knight of Northern Ireland, being a member for 5 months, says TTU Lanav. Thank you very much indeed. Hayabusa says, "Good for Colin. I hope you are doing great, Demon." Thank you so much indeed. Really appreciate that. John Farrow for $5 says, isn't claiming to be an LLC when you haven't registered illegal. He is registered as an LLC though, isn't he?
Yep.
Okay. But he's not paying taxes or any of that stuff, so it's kind of pointless, really, isn't it?
Yep. It's all part of his facade.
Yeah. Rolling Smoke Barbecue for $5 says, tell us more about his relationship with David Condon and Jeff Lloyd.
Jeff Lloyd but both of them are friends of his. He's very close to Condon. He's known Condon a long time. I don't know how they met, but he's very close to Condon. I know Condon invested a bunch of money in him at one point. I don't know exactly what it was for. I don't know a lot about it. I just know that they're close. And I do know that Jeff Lloyd is his boss, is Chili's boss, because he's the one that owns Delete Lawz. And Chili actually does not like to go. The only time he'll go to Jeff Lloyd for money is if he's just absolutely desperate, because any money coming from Jeff Lloyd comes with stipulations that like what it's got to be used for and everything. So he doesn't like to go to Jeff Lloyd because Chili's thinks he's an alpha. He's the one in control, and he's not. Jeff Lloyd is the one that's really in control. Chili is just his employee,
Mm-hmm. So does he have to pay some of that money up to Jeff, or how does that work? Do you know?
I suspect so. I mean, I don't have proof of it, but I suspect so because it is Jeff owns all of it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. The origins of religion said that you can't be trusted anymore. I think that's one of Chili's people because they're putting up stop signs and stuff like that. So I assume it is. Articudo for $2 asked earlier about Chili buying subs. We covered that. Thank you so much, Art. Tenkai says, Colin, do you think he will ever win a lawsuit?
I doubt it. Even slam dunk ones, like he's talking about going to New York, and that's the other thing. The only reason he went to like where Riot Girl was or Rebel Wyatt Radio or whatever her name is now, the only reason he went there wasn't to help her. He went there for himself. Everything he does has to, he's getting something out of it. He's doing it for him. The reason he went there was to show up Long Island Audit. Yeah. That's the only reason he went there, because Long Island Audit went there, so he had to show up Long Island Audit. That was his goal, and that's what he did. Gotcha. And same thing with Brooklyn. Like when he plans on going to Brooklyn, where he got arrested up there, and where Sean Reyes got arrested up there. He plans on going up there and get arrested too and filing a lawsuit. And the only reason he plans on doing that, once again, is to try to show up Long Island Audit, and also because New York pays. And it would be a slam dunk lawsuit, except for the fact that Chili's a complete moron, and so are the legal, the team behind him that file his lawsuits. So they wouldn't, like I said, even a slam dunk lawsuit, he would never win.
Gotcha. Somebody said that Chili's currently losing his mind on his live stream. We might have a look at that here in a minute. Thank you so much, Robert. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you so much, Robert, for the super duper chat over on PayPal. Says exposing a fraud. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you, Teresa Brewer. Says go get him, Irish. I can't wait to see him squirm. It seems like he's squirming over in his live stream right now. All right, next question comes from Auditing Antarctica. I think it's a very good question. It says, tell us about Chili's anus obsession. He does seem to have this thing about fucking people in the ass. Let's just call it what it is. What's that all about? Did he ever try to do that to you, sir? Show us on this bottle where Chili hurt you.
He never did it to me because he never had a chance. I never met him personally. But I don't doubt for a second that if we did meet personally, that he wouldn't try something on me. I do think he's gay because he's never been around women, and he always talks negative. Even privately, he talks so derogatory and negative about women. I mean, he can't stand. He can't stand women in power.
A young woman just passed a remark to him, and he called her a slut and a whore, and told her to go get condoms and all this kind of stuff. That's fucked up.
Exactly.
There's no need for that kind of shit. Linny55, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Really do appreciate it. And Rolling Smoke Barbecue for $5 says Chili claims his cousin filters his emails. Is there really a person doing this? I don't think so, because the responses I got from the cousin had the same grammatical errors as his own email. So what's the story there?
Nope. No cousin. It's all him. It's all fake. Same thing with that Matt DeCastro. All fake.
Matt DeCastro being his...
The guy that supposedly served, I forget who it was, but he's listed in the lawsuit as the person that served the paperwork or whatever. I think for Las Vegas or one of them, but that's all fake.
Yeah, I figured that too. I think that was pretty obvious to me anyway. Robert Carley for $5 says, does Chile really expect to win his lawsuits, or does he just want to cost the defendants money? Well spotted, Robert. That's pretty much what we were saying there a minute ago. Thank you for that one. Demon's Cherub, that's my my darling girlfriend, says, what has he said about Irish Demon? I know he doesn't like me. He probably fancies me, but I don't think he likes me very much.
He does not like you. When I first started working for him, he really hated you, and he wanted to go after you. He was going to sue you and everything else.
Yeah.
But I actually, I calmed him down a little bit, because I told him, like, hey, he's actually a decent dude. I told him about how you stuck up for me with when the guy told me to go kill myself or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I would always stand up for somebody on something like that.
Yeah, so he's a good guy, and he and then you stop making content about him for a while, so he kind of just let it go, but now you're getting sued. Now I guarantee.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't fucking wait. I spoke to a few friends of mine earlier today who are, we don't call them lawyers in Ireland, we call them solicitors, and I told them the story about how he was going to come to Ireland to sue me, and they just laughed their ass off. They were like, that kind of shit ain't going to fly. Like in Ireland, it's going to cost him a lot of fucking money to do it. So he better start selling trifolds real fast. Ice Blade for $5 says, fun fact, if you turn someone into the IRS for tax evasion, they will reward you with a portion of the money they get. That's some greasy shit right there. I'm not surprised that the IRS do stuff like that. Mel Vaughn for $2. Very important question. I don't know if you know anything about this. Where is Charlie the dog?
Charlie lives with him in the studio.
Oh, really? Okay.
What I don't like is a lot of times, and I've noticed this, I haven't said anything because I didn't want to start a fight, but a lot of times I've noticed, like, when he goes out auditing, especially like when it was summertime and stuff, and he goes out auditing, he'd take Charlie in the car with him, and he'd leave him in the car with it off and in the heat.
Say again?
He would leave Charlie in the car with the car off in the Las Vegas heat while he's auditing.
I remember seeing a few ones like that, and I was just like, you motherfucker. Like, that's
just like when he
I've got 2 Chihuahuas, man. I love those dogs. I couldn't imagine anybody doing that to a dog. It's fucked up. Big Pork Little Bite for, you have what?
I said I have cats, so me too.
So yeah, and I mean, they're not going to like the heat either. Big Bark Little Bite for $2 says he can call the IRS and report Chile for no 1099. I'm not really sure how any of that works, to be quite honest with you. I'm not sure. I don't know how it works over there. Over here, it's all tied up really well, so it's very hard to evade tax in Ireland, but I don't know how it works over there. He is streaming right now and ranting about taking you to court, it seems. I'm going to try get it up on the screen. I really had a lot of problems with my streaming software recently. I'm switching computers. I'm finally leaving Mac and going back to a PC. With the great help of Stephen out there, Courtney and Keys, hooking me up with a really cool laptop. So thank you so much for that, Stephen. Rolling Smoke Barbecue for $2 says, where is Tony a bail bondsman? Do you know what state or?
I am not sure. I really am not sure.
No worries. Teresa Brewer has been a member for 16 months, says he's live now. Thank you for that. And Frank Perry gifted 5 Irish Demon memberships. Thank you so much indeed. You know what to do in the side chat, folks. Thank you very much. Exactly what Aspirin Nalo did there. 20-year indestructible bedwetter for $5 says Charlie, alive or dead. We've covered that. Thank you. Now, this was a big one that a lot of people reached out to me about. I didn't really know a whole lot about it, but I got kind of filled in on the details earlier today. Excuse me. the wheelchair fundraiser that was for Eric. What was that guy's name? Trulio or whatever. What was the story with that? Is that legit?
I don't think it is. I've never met the guy. I asked Chili, whether he wanted. I've asked him multiple times, hey, you want me to talk to him? You want me to set it up? Get him on a live stream? No, I got it. I can handle it. No, I'll do it. I've never seen any proof that guy exists.
Can I just real quick, Angel? I am not ignoring anybody. Okay, there's 1,100 people watching and hundreds of comments coming in every minute, so I'm not ignoring anybody. I promise you that. Just keep trying. I'll try my best to get to it. I am sorry about that. And the other part is how many times has he pissed his pants in the last month? I think he's probably pissed his pants a few times already.
Over the last Angels 2 days,
Animals, I am sorry. Oh, I bet. Just real quick, Angels for Animals, I am sorry about that. I have so many people watching right now and asking questions. I can't do everything all at once, so I do apologize for that. Paul Morrison for £2 says, does this make your nips hard? £2 petty. Thank you so much indeed. It absolutely does. It absolutely does. Ebby Joe says, Irish Demon has never asked us to delete anything. Absolutely. No, I pretty much never ever ask anybody to delete anything other than like blatant things that are going to get us in trouble. I don't want people putting out like addresses or any of that stuff. I'm not a fan of that kind of shit, but that's about it really. Like, blatant terms of services violations that could get the channel in trouble. Other than that, leave people say whatever they want. Internet God says, Irish Demon, stop paying so much attention to me. It's starting to get a bit creepy. Okay then. Yeah, timing out for spam and stuff like that, I'm okay with that too if it's pissing people off. Free Ron has been a member for 11 months, has said 11 months of member pettiness. Thank you so much indeed for that. Highway Star for $5 says it's time to bring in the revenuers, aka the IRS. I wonder if anybody is going to be kind of having a look at that. I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure somebody probably will. P-Docs has had some great questions here in the side chat as well. P-Docs asks, oh God, what did I do with that? Has Colin ever heard the name of David Berend, Chili's old boss from Hubilu? He may share an office with Condon. I don't know if that name rings a bell to you.
I have not.
I've heard some shit about him before, but I can't remember what the whole thing there was. Teresa Flowbird for $2.79 Canada dollars says, what happened to Charlie? Well, we covered that. He's living in the old weed dispensary with Chili, it seems. Rolling Smoke Barbecue says, where's Charlie? Does Chili actually like Charlie?
I think he does, but he doesn't treat Charlie well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like he may love the dog or whatever, but the
dog would be better off without
it like that. Oh yeah, I've been saying that forever. Good to see you, Colin. Definitely not Cromwell. Hope you're doing well in there, my friend. So thank you so much for that, Rolling Smoke. Zanone for $5 says, would you be willing to contact the LVMP lawyers and let them know about Floyd and Chili using secret lawyers, etc.? Las Vegas
100%.
Metro PD.
100%.
So yeah, that was actually a question that came up, and I don't know if it came through as a super chat or what, but either way, so I assume his lawyer in Las Vegas is a PD lawyer. It's probably a public defender, right?
No, that he actually hired the lawyer. And he's paying.
He hired one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Because I know a few people were saying, that would be bad or whatever, but no, that's fair enough.
But the lawsuits are they're civil, and he they're spot on that. Chili and his people are the ones that write all the lawsuits for Floyd Wallace as well.
Okay, fair enough. Gnome Nip for $2 says, does his hatreds of cops come from not becoming a cop?
This is a good one because his whole mission is a fraud. He's the whole mission is just fake. He's not he's in it for the money. He does not really care about police accountability and overturning Terry is his whole mission. Like, he doesn't care about that. You know, he just wants to do whatever will make him money. And as far as the cops, he does actually hate the cops. I'll admit that, you know, because they did no knock rate him and stuff, but it's for stuff that he actually did. You know, he's just, you know, upset that he got caught doing it. So as far as him wanting to be a cop, I'm not really too sure. I think he does because he dresses like a cop all the time. You know, he spends hundreds of dollars to rent that stupid cop outfit and film videos a lot. So
yeah,
I think
there's something a bit weird about that. You know,
I do think
Angel for Animals. Thank you for persevering, Angel for Animals. And again, I don't mean to miss any comments, and I'm not saying that people have to super chat to get their questions through or anything like that. It's just when they do, they're automatically saved and it's easier, but I will absolutely try my best to get to all the good comments and questions. If you, Colin, signed a non-disclosure agreement, how will you not be in trouble over spilling all of this information?
Because the non-disclosure agreement is garbage. It was signed under duress. It's not enforceable. He doesn't even own the company. It's not even his company. Like I said, it's Jeff Lloyd's company. So it's completely, means nothing. It means absolutely zero zip. And even if he sued me, he would never win.
And I guess at the end of the day, it seems from what you're saying anyway, that would it be right to say from your perspective that it was signed under some level of duress because of the financial element of it, or
100%? He refused to give me my money unless I signed his contract.
Okay,
that's the money I'd already worked for.
Yeah. Okay, and Gia for $50. Thank you so much. Indeed says, love you, Demon. Thanks for bringing Colin up. Wish him the best and stay safe. Chili lied. Color me shocked. I mean, the guy just lies nonstop. Like, it's unbelievable. Susie Q42 says, if Chili's live, gotta do a petty chat. Thank you so much. And see, I don't know if you know about this, but petty super chats make my nipples hard. So people like to make my nipples hard over here. Project Aliens for $2 says, when will Chili respond to his warrants? Probably never.
Absolutely not. He's scared to death of going to jail. So he will run. And anytime that there's a chance of him actually going to jail, for a significant amount of time, he will run. He will not stay. He will never go back to Ironton unless those warrants are quashed or unless the statute of statute of limitations runs out. And I want to say another thing too, for someone who's focused on changing the law, supposedly, it's real funny that he's hired me and paying me he's illegally forcing me to sign legal documents, not paying the appropriate taxes. He's the one doing all the stuff, but yet he's the one that's going to go run into the police, like he said in the text messages last night, that he's gonna take my freedom. He wants to take my freedom and put me in a dungeon. He actually said that he wants to take my freedom, put me in a dungeon. He's going to get me charged criminally for grand larceny, for deleting all the videos.
I said that to him last night as well. Actually, during my live stream, I was saying it to him, like, he's done this before, where he thinks that me and you and a whole bunch of other people should be put in jail for disagreeing with him, yet he goes on there and does this whole thing about torture dungeons and all this kind of shit. It just seems a bit ridiculous. Salacious asks this question for $5. I don't know anything about this myself, but do you know anything about the permanent restraining order that woman from that woman in LA? I think I don't know anything about that, so I'm not clued in on that.
I don't know anything personally on it. I was told that he has blackmail on that person. That's why they don't step forward and say anything about it. But I don't know anything personally on it.
And I suppose if that is the case for that person's protection, I would just ask people in the side chat, if you do know who it is or whatever, then please don't share any names or anything like that. Frank Perry for $5 says, thanks, Colin, for the tea. So is Chili still in touch with his family or no? I started a bit of a storm in his chat about taxes, Demon Army forever. Thank you so much, Frank. I hope you saw your little shout out there in the intro as well. So do you know, is he still cool with his family, or?
His family can't stand him. His family doesn't like him at all. They don't like what he does. They think, I mean, they know he's got mental illnesses. He's got, you know, all the medications he's taken, both legal and illegal. You know, they know about it. They don't like it. They want nothing to do with him, really. The only ones in his family that will actually have some kind of relationship with him, and it's a contentious one. Like he gets in fights with his sister and his mom all the time, but they're the only ones that he really that he really talks to and sees, and that's the one that lives in Vegas. You know, and then his mom as well. His mom doesn't live in Vegas, but the sister and the mom, and then the sister's kids, I think nieces and nephews, they're the only people that he talks to, because the rest of his family wants nothing to do with him.
Yeah. Interesting. He just put up something in his side chat about timing out anybody who's promoting trolls like me. So it'd be a damn shame if anybody went over there dropping defamation shamrocks in there. That's where the term defamation shamrock comes from. If anybody wasn't with the channel at that time, a lot of my subscribers started dropping shamrocks in his side chat, and he said that was defamation, which was fucking hilarious. This is an interesting one, because I don't know if this is aimed at you or me. So if I could get some clarification from Palmyra Productions for $5, says he just told his chat to breathe in and out and to take it easy when it comes to you. He'll take care of business, something to that effect. Was that aimed at me or Colin? Let me know. That's an interesting one. Kenny Fitzpatrick. I probably is the both of us. I think we're on his shit list.
He's been saying that I've been working with trolls this whole time, which is completely not the case. I haven't been in contact with you. I haven't been in contact with I haven't talked to anybody.
I think yesterday was the first time you and I have spoken in months. And the last time we spoke, it was just a little bit of over and back about subs and that guy that was going after you that time. That's all it was.
Yep.
Because I had said to somebody had said some horrible shit about you in my side chat, and I pulled him on it, because I was like, that's one thing that I don't condone above anything else. Like, I fucking don't do it. And I think that was the last time we talked, which was months ago now.
Exactly.
As for this whole thing about the gifted membership, that is fucking hilarious, because he literally can't read. He literally cannot fucking read. So what was the story there?
He does not, like I said, he doesn't know how YouTube works. He doesn't know how he doesn't know how gifted membership works. I was gifted a membership from Welsh News Network's channel. Somebody, gifted memberships.
And random gifts.
Yeah, YouTube randomly gives them out. People, you can't select who gets them.
Cannot select. So
I didn't give Welsh News.
Frank gave 5 gifted memberships there earlier, right? And we got like 35, I think, new ones last night. Most of them gifted. They are completely at random. So you have no control over that. I have no control over it. Like, so what was his claim there? Was it that he claimed
he claims that I gifted Welsh News Network a membership to delete Lawz, which is completely fake. I didn't gift him anything. I was gifted one from him.
And at random. So, like, if I was there watching Chili's channel right now, and somebody gave 5 gifted memberships, there's just as much chance that I get one randomly as some random other person. But he doesn't seem to understand that at all. Rolling Smoke Barbecue for $5 says, is he scared of going to jail for the Vegas case?
Absolutely. He's scared to death of going to jail. Because he's not, he tries to say he's an alpha. He's not an alpha whatsoever. He's the farthest thing from it. Like I said, he's not a leader. He thinks he's a leader. He's not. He's low energy, low wattage.
Anybody who has to say they are, an alpha is not a fucking alpha. It's as simple as that. Ebby Joe says he can go back to stripping for men in Vegas then. Is that true? Does anybody out there actually know that that's true? I don't know. It seems like something he'd get up to be honest. But
I don't think so, because he's a hermit. He doesn't go out, he doesn't party, he doesn't talk to people. Like all he does is sit in his studio all day long. It's either studio or the gym. That's all the only places he goes. Studio or the gym. Studio or the gym. That's it.
There's a lot of defamation shamrocks in his side chat right now. I knew
That's
he was
beautiful.
going to go live as soon as we went live because
I did too.
He had to try to deflect. Now, he has got a huge viewership at the moment, a whopping 300 people, which is good. Like, don't get me wrong, that is good. But for a channel with nearly 350,000 subscribers versus my 51,000 subscriber channel with well over 1,000 people watching, it just goes to show. That's why I think, I don't know about the buying subs part, but definitely buying views. But he ain't buying them tonight. There was 3,500 people watching last night, and now there's only 300.
Well, he's right about being targeted by YouTube, but not how.
Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, no, like I feel that too, you know, like I get targeted from time to time for some of the stuff.
It's not YouTube specifically targeting him though. It's the AI, because the AI moderation things they put in there, they're the ones targeting him. And a lot of the people, he doesn't realize, a lot of the people that watch his channel are people that despise him, that hate his guts, and they just hate watch him. So when they just click on for a minute just to download the video and then click off, that makes the algorithm know that, hey, nobody likes this, and they won't push it to people. So if nobody watches the video, then they don't promote it to more people. So therefore, you have no views, even though you have so many subscribers.
Exactly. Matt DeCastro is real for $2 says, what do you mean Matt DeCastro is fake? Beautiful. Anytime something like that comes up, somebody comes out with a really great channel name and fucks around with us. The Dark Canuck for $2.79 says he's panicking. I can hear it in his voice. We'll have a look at that in a while.
I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity for $2 says, how bad is his paranoia? Have him contact me. He's pretty bad with the paranoia. I don't blame him though. He does catch a lot of flack. To be fair, I'd be fucking looking over my shoulder if I was him too, because I know he gets a lot of shit from people.
He is super paranoid. And like you said, some of that is warranted because
absolutely. I don't blame him for that.
He has made so many enemies and burned so many bridges because everybody that he comes in contact with, he screws over or leaves and to where they hate his guts. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that want to get him. So, a lot of it is warranted. He's 100% paranoid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anybody could see that really though. I don't know if you'll know anything about this, but why did he back out of the fight in Kentucky? Was it really his knee pressure?
That goes to the paranoia thing. With the fight, he was convinced that it was a setup, that that they were going to kill him, that the police had a plan to murder him there, either before or after the fight, and that was the whole reason that the fight was staged. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that word. I should have said unalived.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I don't mind that. So really he thinks that the cops were going to try do him in like some elaborate plan to kind of take him out or whatever because he's so fucking important.
Absolutely.
He's lucky he didn't get dragged over the state line though. I will say that much. Do you know? Because I'm convinced, because when I was there, myself, Colin, and a few other people, we were out having dinner and all the rest of it. We were being followed around by somebody. I'm convinced that he was in the area looking out, but I don't know if he actually was or not. Or at least had people watching us anyway, at least.
You talking about Vegas?
No, when we were up in Kentucky for the fight against Chad Gu.
Oh, okay. I don't think so. He went nowhere near that. He went absolutely nowhere near that.
Yeah. He's just too afraid of everything. Nemo says, does Chili really have any MMA experience? I think he does, to be fair.
I think he does. I haven't
Wrestling
seen any
anyway,
proof
at
one way or the
least.
other.
But he referred to himself on his live stream the other night as a badass MMA fighter with 20 years experience.
Yeah, he's not a badass anything except a badass liar.
Yeah.
And a
a
thief,
badass
honestly. He like his I get like one of the things we argue about all the time is he, you know, he's a copycat. I mean, all he does is steal ideas from other big auditors that do things like James Freeman and Lackluster. He tries to mimic them and you know, everything that they do. Like he has no creativity. I try to do new stuff, and one of the things we fight about is he wants to just keep doing what they're doing because he wants to be better at them at that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Bridge the Divide, my good friend, says he cowed pretty quickly when I was standing in front of him. That is until the police showed up and then he found his fangs. That's absolutely true. So JL went and he confronted him and he just bitched out until the cops came, and he knew then that he could say whatever he wanted without getting smashed, basically.
It's typical.
So I don't think he's as genuinely afraid as the cops as he says he is, because he does use them as cover quite a bit. Robert Carley, 2 seconds here now. I'll star that one here real quick. So Robert Carley says, so if Delete Lawz is sued, you're suing Jeff Lloyd. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's a personal thing or how that would work out, but I guess you'd be suing Chili, really, wouldn't it?
I know Jeff Lloyd is the one that owns Delete Lawz. So I mean, if you're suing the entity, it would probably be Jeff Lloyd. But if you're suing Chili under Delete Lawz or something, then you'd be suing him personally.
Yeah.
Or something that he did for Delete Lawz, and maybe you'd be suing him personally.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Broken Angel sends a petty chat for a 5-month member milestone. Dave for $5 says, you know anything about what happened in Massachusetts with Kate? I actually don't know. I haven't really heard a whole lot about that recently, but I think I'd say he's kind of back down there, has he? Or
he is going to he says he's going to file another lawsuit on her.
Right.
And Josh too. He's going to sue Josh Abrams again too.
For fuck's sake.
Even though Josh hasn't said one thing about him, hadn't done anything to him since then.
That's unreal. Legicator is in the house, the man who beat Chili without even having to put a finger on him, which is awesome. An absolute gent, lovely, lovely person, and his lovely wife. And I was made feel so welcome down there. I had such a good time. I cannot wait to go back there to Ironton in that area. Something that Chili can't do. But thank you so much for that one, Dave. And Palmyra Productions said, started about getting you was towards you, Mr. Demon. Oh, fucking bring it on, Chili. You've run away from me twice now, you big fucking... Oh, I love it. I love it. Keep it coming, Chili.
He's pathetic.
He is, yeah. I even offered, right, when this channel was flying high and I was doing really well with it, I offered to fly him over because he was talking about holding me down, and I don't know if it was wanting to put his cock in my ass or fight me. I'm not really sure what he actually wanted to do with me when he was holding me down. He said he'd hold me down and make me squeal, so that could go either way. We've got a big barn right out here. I said I will fly you over and pay you to fight me. We won't even film it, but we'll both know who won. And I will dance on his ass, and he turned it down because he's a pussy. I told him I would pay him good money to do it. He won't do it. Zanon for $5 says, 1, what was Chili saying when he was supposed to fight Chad? And 2, what did you have to say when Chili accidentally turned on your video that one time? What was that again, actually? Yeah, because so he says that was an accident. I don't know that it was.
It was an accident.
That whole thing? It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Because there was some theories that maybe he was doing it to show that he could or whatever, you know what I mean? But
no, it was an accident. And actually, that's one of the times when he yelled at me and screamed at me like a maniac, because it's all about him. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't have my face on the channel whatsoever.
Mhm.
He didn't want me to be seen for anything, not at all. It was all
Fair
him.
enough. I got a lovely comment here for you from Lardboy. Says to Colin, good on you for doing this interview and hope things work out well for you. Absolutely. Motor Fister for $2 says Chili has a gun, protect your ankles. Nice. Yeah, because let's face it, he has to reach up to tie his shoelaces. Courtney Dobbs says Chili said in text last night he would tell everyone about what Floyd did to him in public. Can Colin tell us about that story? Who's Floyd? I don't know who Floyd is.
News Now Omaha.
Oh, okay. So what's that about? Do you know anything about that? Or
I don't know what they mean what Floyd did to him. Floyd didn't do anything to him. What Floyd Wallace did was when he went to Oklahoma, he went there on Chili's behalf to interview Heather Dollarhide while Jason Dollarhide was in jail. And when Floyd went there, instead of interviewing her, he propositioned her for a lap dance and, to, I guess, sex, and then touched both her and one of her girlfriends that were with her, touched their asses.
who did that?
Floyd Wallace, News Now Omaha.
Oh, okay.
And Chili actually, because she went to the cops, and Chili had to actually pay her off to get her to keep quiet and to not press charges on Floyd.
Fuck. That's hectic shit. Mom for $2 says, was the wheelchair fundraising a scam? We kind of covered that already, but I think it seems like it was. I'd love for Chili to prove me wrong on that. Because as far as scams go, like something like that is pretty fucking low.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else I've met and I know who they are. When we bring people on the channel, I've met them already. I know who they are. I'm the one that schedules everything. So, yeah, that was real weird because that's the only one that I've never met. I've never seen. I never had any evidence whatsoever that they even existed.
And where did he come from? Like, where did this person, how did Chili kind of get on his situation or whatever?
Supposedly he's a subscriber, but I've never seen him in a chat. So I don't know what kind of subscriber he is. I've never seen him in the chat.
That's fucking weird. That's really weird. Who's that?
I'm in a parking lot. It's my Wi-Fi, where I'm staying is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm parked in front of the library using their Wi-Fi.
Oh, fair enough. Colin, definitely not Cromwell, says undercover Shamrocks Unite. Thank you so much indeed. Jeff Hartz for $5 says Chili has more years of experience as an MMA fighter than he does as a thinker. His one field of experience, a lifetime of breathing, and that's about it. There is a tree out there somewhere that he needs to go and apologize to for all of the oxygen it's created for him to talk so much shit. Articudo for $2 says, are Scrubzilla and Jeff Hates Pigs real? Sorry, no, Jeff Hates Pigs.
Yep.
I don't know. I think they are from what I can tell, because I know a lot of people were saying that Jeff Hates Pigs actually is Chili, but it didn't really seem that way to me, to be honest. Let me see. Frank Perry for $5 says, the United States Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution gives Congress the power. Law scholar, is he really an MMA? Oh, did he really spar in MMA with Chuck Liddell? I fucking doubt that.
I don't know, but I doubt it. He makes a lot of things up in his head.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about it.
Or over exaggerate. He might have been in the gym at the same time as Chuck Liddell one time, and that's why he's saying, "Oh, I sparred with him. I know him."
Exactly. He bigs it up to something else. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. He sniffed Chuck Liddell's jock sock, and then that means he sparred with him. ZB Studio says, was Kane really Chili's boyfriend? Kane was the guy that rocked up the court with him that time, wasn't it?
Yep. He's the guy that the massage therapist guy.
Massage dude. That's right. Yeah. I remember that now. So yeah,
I don't know what their relationship is.
Interesting. KDD asks, do you know Chevy that contributes so much money?
I don't know what he does. I know he's got a lot of money, and he supports thousands of dollars a month to Chile. But other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah. Fuck, that's
If
a
I
lot.
did, I wouldn't out him anyway, because Chevy's a decent guy. He's
Oh
been
yeah,
putting out some
absolutely.
decent
Like I
stuff.
wouldn't go like Chili tried to get the details of all of our subscribers and all that stuff to try to get a RICO case or some shit like that.
Because he's a scumbag.
And oh yeah, 100%. Like I don't care. Like whoever supports Chili, leave him do it. I don't care. Lorenzo, thank you so much for the PayPal super duper chat. Really appreciate that, my friend. And the final one so far is from Miss Mandy. Says, good on you for doing this. Shame on Chili for life. Like he's even just whatever about everything else that he's said or done, right? Like one of the worst things that I've ever heard him say was wishing bone cancer on our children. I don't have kids, but well, some think that I do, but that's neither here nor there. Wishing bone cancer on the kids of his enemies, like that did it for me alone. Like, you know, everything else, whatever, but he didn't even really apologize for it either, you know. AKA the cat lady says, was nothing in writing funny way to do business?
Originally, no. We trusted each other. I mean, we had it in email and text message form. We didn't have when we first started, we didn't have an actual contract, but there were emails and text messages between us of what our original agreement was. Yes.
Okay. All right, let me see if there's any other ones that we haven't really covered. This is just a funny one. Chef M80 says, is Chili's password easy to figure out? They obviously don't say what it is, but
no, it's usually random stuff. I mean, there's things he uses in it that he uses for almost all his passwords, but the majority of it is just whatever's laying around. Like he'll just look in the air and be like, okay, this, you know.
Oh yeah, you'll just come up with something random.
Yep.
Righto. And Oleg Welch says, why the heck did Chili give you the password? If you're an admin on YouTube, you can do anything you want except a few things, because Chili doesn't know how it works.
Nope.
Salacious says, it seems like Chilito blackmails everyone he meets along the way. He tried to blackmail me. I just released a video today of a troll I did on Chili a year ago, like around this day a year ago. And yeah, he was trying to blackmail me as well, so he can fuck right off. Covered that already. Zanon says, so that NDA should be void because of being under duress. Absolutely. Kate says, did Colin delete the videos like Chili said he did last night? He said that you had deleted all his videos.
Absolutely.
You did do it?
Absolutely.
Fair enough. What would your reasoning be for that? Just because I know people will ask.
My reasoning is I warned him I would do it. I told him, I said, I don't want any of this public. All I wanted from him was for him to, you know, when he said he was going to fire me, fine, I'll go. I actually have somebody else that offered me another job. You know, I'm planning on taking it. And I was just like, fine, I'll leave. I'll move on. And I just pay me what you owe me and let me go. And he wouldn't do that. Yeah. He wouldn't pay me. So I warned him. I said, you know, if you don't pay me, then, you know, we're going to have problems, man. You know, I told him, I said, I will do, you know, if you go public, because he kept threatening me, I'll go public and I'll make everybody know that you're a villain. I'll villainize you. You know, you'll have so much hate and this, that, and the other. So I was like, if you do that, you know, I can't stop you from doing it. But if you do that, I'm warning you, I will fight back. And you're not going to like the results of that, you know, and I will delete the videos from the channel, or I'll delete the whole channel. So I warned him I would do it. He did it anyway. So that was what I did.
Fair enough.
I kind of regret doing it now because I don't think, you know, that's going to hurt me when I do, because I do plan on suing him. You know, if I can get the money together to sue him, I do plan on suing him.
Excellent. Do you think he's going to pay you up in the meantime and try to keep it quiet, or?
No, he's not paying me at all. Not a dime.
So Ebby Joe reckons that this is all some elaborate troll. What say you?
Absolutely not. There's no way that he would delete or have me delete every video on that channel that was making, close to $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Fair
You
enough.
delete the videos, you delete the income.
Yeah, absolutely. Epiphanies for $5 says there are lots of honest, hardworking content creators looking for producers. Onward and upward you go, Colin, and a load of defamation shamrocks.
If I want to speak on it, if anybody needs anything edited or needs any help with anything, reach out to me. projectconstitutionvideos@gmail.com. I need to make some gig work, some side income, because obviously I'm not getting a paycheck from him now, today or tomorrow. So I'm hard up, that all my money goes into my rent. So as of Friday, I'm going to be on the street if I don't start making some money.
Okay.
Well, actually, it is Friday now, but yeah. So I need to make money. So if anybody has anything that I can do as far as like editing videos or whatever, or helping them out with that, I'm open.
Absolutely, and there are a lot of creators and stuff watching here as well. So I'm sure we'll figure something out anyway. Let me play this video that you posted earlier. So what was that about?
I have no idea. He just
did he just
that is all
send that to you, or?
He just randomly sent that to me. No explanation, nothing. I didn't cut it. I didn't cut anything out of it. That's just what he sent me.
Yeah. Liz said if someone even says Irish Demon or Colin in his chat, it gets deleted immediately. He looks rough as guts there, man.
He supposedly had a heart attack, is what he told me.
I'm surprised he didn't.
I mean, sorry, not a heart attack. I'm sorry, a stroke. There's a difference. He supposedly had a stroke. Yeah.
That's fucking weird. And we have this other one as well. See here.
There's always going to be someone who has a better way to do it than you do it. When the way you did it was just fine. I'm just.
So is he having like a mental breakdown there or what?
Absolutely. He takes psych meds. I don't know which ones, but I know he takes psych meds because I know he's bipolar. He's 100% bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
I know he has ADHD. He's OCD. And he's got a lot of problems, but he's like the last month he's not been normal. Even his subscribers have noticed it, have been making comments about it. He's been off, and he's been unhinged, and he's just been really bad this last month.
It's fucking nuts. Desert Sentinel says I'll pay Colin 10% of all revenue from my channel for a new intro. That's a good start.
Okay.
How can you get in touch?
projectconstitutionvideos@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. I'll be happy to do that for you.
Fantastic. Mom says, did Chili really work in New York as a big CEO? He's not a big anything for a start, except for a big vagina, but other than that.
No, he did have a job in New York, working for some kind of Wall Street company, I know, but I don't know what the name of it is. And I don't think he was any kind of big time CEO of it.
Yeah. Etops for $5 says, what's the situation these days between AFA and Chile? I think you kind of covered that earlier.
Yeah, AFA has no situation with Chile. He hadn't even talked about him. He hadn't said anything about it. He doesn't care about him. Doesn't cover his videos, nothing. Chile still hates Josh AFA with a passion. And
absolutely
says he's going to continue to sue him. Even though he lost the first lawsuit, he's going to sue him again.
Of course he.
And his only goal is to obviously cost him money.
Roland Smoke Barbecue for $5 says, does he monitor Discord chat rooms, or did you do that?
Neither. Subscribers and like Rights On does.
Who is Rights On? I've heard the name a few times, but I don't actually know who it is.
Rights On is a guy named Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty decent guy. I like him. I've never had anything bad to say about him.
Yeah,
He's
I know
real close
he
to
used to
Philly,
give me
though.
a little bit of shit from time to time, but it was kind of like harmless enough stuff.
Yeah.
Dave for $5 says, are debt collectors after him, and how close is he to going Sobsit?
Debt collectors are absolutely after him. He has horrible credit. One of the videos I'm about to upload in the next couple of days is when he went to Verizon and try to get a new phone, and they turned him down. They said, nope, you don't have good enough credit to get it. So that's one of the things I'm about to upload. So yeah. And what was the
Fair
other
enough.
question?
Oh shit, I can't remember what the other question was. Hold on, let me scroll back. Oh wait, no, I'm in the wrong. I was in Chili's chat there. Oh yeah, how close is he to going Sobsit?
He's been subset a few times without telling people. There's been times where he hasn't had insurance on his vehicle. He's been taking the risk, going out, like when he went to like when back in, I think February, I think it might have been February or whatever. But when he went to LA, for a while, like in the beginning, he didn't even have insurance on his vehicle. He was doing all these audits, and he was like trying to park way far away. That way the cops, wouldn't run his plates because he didn't want to know what car was his because he didn't have insurance.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always said he's tipping the scales towards being a Sobsit. Chili threatened Colin with lead in a recent video. Yeah, last night he said that you were going to catch some lead or something.
Yep.
What's the story there?
Well, in the video that he posted yesterday, the live he did yesterday, he said he was if he saw me, if he ran into me in person, that he's gonna fill me up with lead or something like that. And then he sent me text messages last night telling me that he gave my address to his Colombian cartel cousins to come put out a hit on me, and they're gonna come find me and take care of me.
Holy, that was in a text, was it?
Huh?
Was that a text message? Was it?
Text message. Yep.
Do you have a copy of that, or?
I sent that to you already.
Oh, did you? Hold on a second. Let me.
And I put it on my channel too.
Give me one.
I put it in
second,
video form.
Oh, in that the long kind of video that.
No, it's the short one. It's hold on, I'll pull it up. It's the one that says Chili says he gave my address to his Colombian dealer cartel family, and they are coming after me. That's the name of it.
That is fucking nuts, man. I'll get that up here now. It might just take me a quick sec here. Where was that again? Sorry, was that in your short videos, is it? Oh yeah, I got it here now. I got it.
Yep, it's a short.
Okay, it might just take me a minute to bring it up because of the way my system isn't playing ball with me at the moment. I have to kind of do workarounds to get it up. Like that's a pretty serious threat. Like, I mean, like, I don't know how you feel about it, but like, is that not something you'd consider going to the cops about, or?
Oh, absolutely. I probably will go to the cops. And also probably file a restraining order against him because he is a nutcase and he is dangerous and he does have a gun.
He's two guns by all accounts.
Exactly.
So Dr. Strangelove for $10, thank you so much, says, who's Jeff Lloyd and what is their relationship? We kind of covered that earlier, but the second part of the question, is Jeff a real estate broker?
I think he has something to do with real estate. I don't know too much about him.
He's quite a wealthy dude, though, isn't he? He's quite well off.
Yep. I've never met him, and Chili's made it a point to make sure that I never meet him.
That's interesting. Linux guy for $5 says, van in Denver actually stolen and van in Vegas actually a break-in. I don't know. So like there was the case where when he was in Denver and he said that the van was stolen. I always was under the impression that it seemed to me more along the lines of the car was probably, or the van was repossessed.
No, I think it was actually stolen in Denver because
Oh,
he's
really?
a dumbass. He left his keys in his car.
Because he cleared out his whole car. He'd had it for a while and had it full of stuff. And then everything was missing from the van, and then it magically got stolen that same day. But that could just obviously be a coincidence as well. And the Vegas one, was that the one where the gun was stolen or something?
Yeah, that's what he claims, but that's a lie. And I think he did that himself. You know, just because that, you know, he wanted to that's when he filed. I think when he was filing a second lawsuit, and he wanted to include it in the lawsuit. So he did. I think he filed a false police report and did that himself.
And so, with that, what was the purpose of him doing that for the lawsuit? To kind of say that it was one of us that sent people there or whatever.
Yep, blame it on Kate.
Yeah, he did that quite a bit, to be fair.
Yep.
Excuse me. For RPG safety, for $2 says, are those Colombian cousins Jewish like Chile? The Jewish Colombian cartel or whatever?
Oh no, I think they're the ones that are on the black side of his family, because you know we all know he said he's black too at one point.
Definitely not the Irish side though.
No.
Or it could be the outer Mongolian side, maybe, depends on what's going on. Frank Perry for $5 says, did he ever win in court? I don't think he did, actually. I think he even said that himself. Is he hoping to get go away money? Colin, do you have PayPal? Maybe the Demon Army can help you out. He will never win. Actually, you know what you could do if you wanted to? What was your email address, Colin, again, and people can get in touch with you that way, or whatever would work best that way?
Project Constitution Videos at gmail.com.
Perfect.
And I do have a PayPal, a Cash App, and a Venmo.
Excellent.
So
is that all listed on your channel?
I believe it is. I know my Cash App is listed on there.
Fantastic. Salacious for $5 says, Colin, are any of the super chats to Chile fake super chats?
I don't think so.
It'd be kind of hard to say anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, him going in and you know, sending himself one or whatever the case may be. Tony Brown asks, is Chile married? I know there was some question about that before. I don't know though.
Chile is not married.
Yeah, I figured that. Chaos Warden says, Demon, can you ask Colin if the reason that he's scared of going to jail is because he snitched after being no-knock raided? That was a big bone of contention for him.
Yeah, the reason he's scared of going to jail is because, you know, like we said, he's a beta, and in jail he will become somebody's, you know, biatch. So
yeah,
he's scared of that.
I have no doubt, and he is a pussy. Realistically, let's face it.
100%. He's all talk, all bark, no bite.
AP says, how many times do you think Demon says in his live streams? Not as many as PhD Tony. That's how many. All right, let's have a look. I just did it again. I'm going to try to consciously not do that now. So we'll move over to the text messages from last night. So Chili2 says, so which one are you? Are you in the green or in the white ones?
I'm the green.
Okay. So he starts off by saying, fuck you. And you respond saying, can you get it to hold on a sec. I just need to zoom in. Can you get it to yourself when you scammed me out of my money?
I want to apologize if it's like if it doesn't misspelling and stuff, because I use talk to text on my phone. And
no, you're all good.
The text is horrible.
I do that absolutely all the time. So no worries at all. So he says, fuck you. You said, can you get it to yourself when you scammed me out of my money? He says, I'm coming after you. I called my family overseas. Oh boy, it's on. I did it again. So that's obviously referring to his Colombian, Jewish, Irish, Black, outer Mongolian cousins, I assume.
Yep. And that's referring to, because in the past, actually, he's told me that he was going to put out a hit on Kate. He said that all it would take is all he needs is $15,000. If he gives his family $15,000 out there, that they've got somebody that can take her out and make her disappear and nobody would ever find her again. So he's told me that before. So that's what he's referring to.
Right. He also thinks that Colombia is overseas, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's on the same continent, kind of. Anyway, so then you said, great, when the police come find me, I'll make sure to tell them that. And then, see here now, he says, cops and others, you did a crime. It has a verifiable value. That's what the debt said. You will be charged and arrested. Oh, yeah, detective. Speak about me. I'll sue you. You have a signed NDA. After you're arrested, I choose if I press charges or not. Lol, I got you. I won't stop. Someone is coming to see you. I gave cops and him your address, room number, and all. You said, great, bring it. He said, you got it. You're fucked, bud. You wanted to fight. Okay, I love it. Be very careful. You have a signed NDA. Be careful. I'm already pressing charges. Once you're housed, I can have you dealt with. So in one breath, he's threatening to have you offed, and in the next breath, he's going on about the NDA. So obviously, he's talking absolute shit, and he's just trying to, I don't know, scare you into not talking.
I think so. Although I do think he, if he could, he absolutely would hurt me.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. He's an angry little man. Yeah. So then you said that doesn't mean jack shit because you made me sign it under duress, I think you meant. Just like I've told you time and time again, that will never slide, but you didn't care because your ego's too big for you to realize the truth. He said, you dumb fuck, it's a verifiable grand larceny. I don't believe it is.
Nope.
I think it seems like a civil matter to me. He said it's a felony. Great, I've already had somebody reach out for me to see you, so bring it. I'm pressing charges to screw. Oh, okay. He says, I'm pressing charges. You said, great, let's go. You'll be in jail by Saturday. So you've got, what, 6-7 hours left?
Yeah, let's see.
And then you said, I'll tell them everything about you, all your dirty laundry and your fake taxes about how you failed to pay overtime. Pay overtime and try to quit. And try to quit donations on all the Cash App. Or put donations on all the Cash App so you could avoid paying taxes on them. I'll tell them everything, bro. I'm not going to try to fix it until you're arrested. I'm clean as a whistle. You're fucked. Sure. I know where you live. Jesus Christ. And I'm going to have you being arrested filmed. You're the big dog. Let's find out how the next couple of weeks go. Everybody saw the membership you gave to Welch. You ruined your own name. What a fucking moron. Chili, you never cease to amaze me by how fucking stupid you actually are. Everybody saw the membership you gave to Welch. You ruined your own name. Everything I'm going to do is going to be legal. What, like getting your Colombian Jewish Irish cousins after him? Everything I'm going to do is going to be legal, rule of law. You committed grand larceny and extortion, ... You're going to go to prison. So, like, now he loves prison. So now prison is good enough for a non-violent crime. Like, I don't get it. And I'm going to fly there to press charges against you. I'm going to come there for your court date. You're hilarious because I haven't worked or talked to any of these since I started working with you. The only reason...
Trolls. I was supposed to say trolls.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Then he says, you should have thought about the value. You should have thought about there's a posted value. Really, how come the Welch has a gifted membership on October 13th? Like I told you, I didn't want any of this to be public. I didn't want to take the password, etc., etc. So he says, I'm going to rebuild, but you created grand larceny for yourself, and that's when I'm going to get you on. I'm through all of law, and you broke the law, and all your emails that are extortion, I've sent those in. The proof of what you did by deleting all the content, that's actionable now. They're taking a look at the... Let's see here now. They're taking a look at that for court or whatever. Then you have a signed NDA, and I'll go after your hardware and your software. Giggity. You won't have any materials to work with when I'm done. You're a bad person. I'm also reaching out to the hotels that you trashed, and I'm going to see if they want to put a complaint together for the police. So why would he be going to the jackboot thug pigs that he hates so much? Why would he be doing that?
Yeah, maybe because he's a hypocrite. Maybe because his whole, like I said, his whole mission is phony. He's a complete fraud. He does not care about any of the stuff he preaches. He just says it because it makes him money. That's all it's about with him is money. That's why he sells the trifolds. That's why I mean, everything he does is about money.
Fucking unbelievable. Remember, I sent in my credit card information to pay for your room? Yeah, ... They're really upset, ... The owner won't be in till tomorrow, and then he's gonna give me a call. I'm only going to use the rule of law, and you're lucky that's all I'm using. The rule of law and his cousins. And there's definitely something wrong with you, man.
He only used his credit card to pay for my 1 week of my room one time when I was in the hotel. But what he's doing there is he's talking about that they're going to be pissed at me, but because he's going to go charge back that room for that hotel. That way, hopefully,
I gotcha.
after me.
Gotcha.
Even though he authorized it and signed they've made him fill out a credit card authorization form.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't put anything past him anyway. He said, you're fucked in the head. I'm going to come there to press charges. You'll see me in court. Look out the window. Are the cops in your hotel parking lot? I told him exactly where you are. So again, the anti-police guy that hates the jackboot fucking whatever he calls them is calling the police because he hurt his feelings, basically. Okay. Told him exactly where you are. You didn't think it through. I warned you. You didn't think it through. I told you I wouldn't tolerate that. I'm going to put you in jail. So he's going to put you in the dungeon that he hates so much. I'm about to post all of the money every time. And that's the end of that one, I think, is it?
I think so. I blocked him. He was blowing up my phone with messages. So I just got tired of it and blocked him.
Yeah, you're better off. You're better off. Yeah, calling the police over an NDA after just threatening you with his Colombian Jewish Irish cousins. Yeah, smart. Unbelievable. Adam for $2 says, did he snitch for a case to get out of trouble? I think he did. Now, that's just my opinion. I'm pretty sure he did because it was a pretty big case and he got off scot-free. Mel Vaughn for $5 says he's abusing a dog and threatening to hire someone to unalive a woman, yet you were okay until he stopped paying you. I'm struggling a bit with that. What say you?
Yet you were okay until he stopped paying you. Yeah, I mean, as far as he's talking about me working for him, like I needed a job. You know, that's why I was working for him. I needed a job. Like I found out early on the kind of person he was, but I kept working there because I needed a job.
Okay.
I think that's what she meant by that. I don't know.
I think so, yeah. 4RPG safety for $2 says, sounds like Chili's bringing cousins for a threesome. Could be.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. Sorry, I don't quite understand what you mean there, not a brat. Could you just give me a little bit more context if you don't mind, please? Fraud at our comedy show for $5 says, has he ever sued a channel over copyright strike, or is that an empty threat? So he did try to sue me, and that didn't work out well for him. So when you try to do a copyright strike, like to actually make it go through, you have to. Sorry, I don't know. How was what spam or terms of service violation? I don't know. I'm not able to watch the side chat at the same time, guys. I am really sorry, but please, guys, again, just a reminder: do not do not time people out unless there's an absolute reason to, please. Okay. Now I forgot my train of thought there. Fuck. What was? Oh yeah. So yeah, he tried to sue me, and he used the paperwork. You have to submit the proof that you are actually suing somebody for that to work. And he tried to submit the paperwork from suing Kate and Josh because he said et al in it, and he said that included me. So I just went straight to YouTube. I was like, that's bullshit. I'm in a different country. I'm not a party to that. It's bullshit. And fair enough, they canceled it, but it still fucked me up a little bit. But I got my own back, so it didn't really matter to me in the long run. But you know, so is anybody? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I mean, in his lawsuits, he lists John Does, which he doesn't actually have John Does. You know, he just adds them. And like, they're not. He doesn't really have people there. He just adds that. So if he gets mad and wants to add somebody, you know, sue somebody later, he can, you know, put their name there. Amend the complaint and add their name as a, you know, say this person was one of these John Does, you know.
Yeah. So he can just claim it's anybody, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he tried that shit with me, and it just simply did not work. So he
YouTube's onto his bullshit.
Time. Oh, they are, because he had attempted to do a few more against me after he got the channel successfully shut down for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden he turns around, tries to put in some more of them, and YouTube basically sent me a message to say that they're not taking it seriously. Essentially, I posted that in my community tab ages ago. That I tagged him. I was like, "You're wasting your time here." But anyway, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Just a matter
I'm going to
before
start.
His channel's deleted.
Just real quick, I am going to start taking away moderator wrenches if people start taking the piss with it, guys, because that's not what I like to do. I don't like people deleting stuff. I want people to have their say. Unless somebody is seriously overstepping, then, you know, leave it alone. Just, if you don't like the comment, just ignore it, move on. You block them yourself or whatever if you don't want to see what they have to say. Justin B for $5 says, Colin, I heard about your superpower. How do I direct a single gifted membership to one specific person?
Probably through the power of Chili's anus.
Sounds reasonable enough to me. So yeah, I think that's the vast majority of the questions. Is there anything that we haven't covered that that you'd like to kind of talk about, or anything like that?
The main thing I just wanted to come on is, one, to let people know that I didn't want any of this. You know, like I told you, like I said in the, you know, the text messages thread and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All I wanted to do, I didn't even want to quit. I wanted to keep working. He's the one that gave me the ultimatum and said he was going to fire me. So I didn't even want to go, but he's the one that did that. And, you know, when he did that, all I wanted to do was be paid fairly for the work that I performed and move along. I had another job offer. You know, that's fine. You wanted me to go, I'll go. And he couldn't have it. His ego could not allow that to happen. But, you know, that's the reason I did what I did. And I want the moderator. And the other thing is, you know, I want the moderators to know of his channel that, you know, I want them to see the person he really is. You know, a lot of them are brainwashed by him, and like he can do no wrong. And I don't get that. I mean, they don't have a brain to think for themselves. I mean, if you see the you know, what's actually going on, if you see, you know, Tina Slay and everybody else that he's ever come into contact to, everybody says the same thing. I'm saying the same thing. He has an MO. He does this to everybody. It's nothing new. Open your eyes, guys. Open your eyes. And that, you know, that's pretty much all I want to say. Oh, and I do have my on my channel description, I do have my PayPal, Cash App, and Venmos on there.
Oh yeah, brilliant. And people can check out your channel
if anybody wants them.
Sorry, I think somebody's still deleting loads of comments or something on here, and it's driving people crazy.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like, the comments trigger him like crazy. I got
yeah.
other videos that I'm gonna post where he's talking about comments and how triggered he is going through the comments.
Mhm.
The comments trigger him like crazy. So leave him tons of comments, guys, because he gets so triggered by them.
Absolutely. Big Bark Little Bite for $2 says, who is the mysterious former girlfriend? Always retracted message, guys.
I have no idea.
No idea. Rodent No Last Name asks, any truth to Chili having a trust fund?
I doubt it. He doesn't even have enough money to pay his rent half the time. You know, he has to have me hawk trifolds just to come up with enough money to cover the rent.
Magus123 says he ran away from me when I saw him in Vegas.
He's a wussy.
Somebody said his ex-girlfriend was his left hand. That's pretty cool.
Probably.
Don't worry, Charlie, you won't lose your wrench, buddy. Don't worry. Mr. Tombstone says, does Chili know the FBI are looking into him? I don't know anything about that, so I don't know if that's true or what.
I don't know either. They probably are, though. I mean, he's done a lot of like wiretap. Like, you know, he doesn't understand. You know, there's a lot of places are not two-party consent state. You know, Vegas, where he's actually initiating a lot of the calls from, is I mean, it's not a single party consent state. Vegas is a two-party consent state. You have to have the other person's permission. So any phone calls that he's recording from Vegas, I'm pretty sure would violate that if he doesn't tell the other person that he's recording them.
Yeah.
And if he comes out with anything with me, I never gave him permission to record me whatsoever. So that's another thing. I'll go after him if he releases any of our audio conversations that he illegally recorded.
Yeah. And that's fair enough, because he would do the exact same thing. Rolling Smoke Barbecue for $2 says, does he really think he's going to be a governor? Or is that just fluff? That's just fluff, surely.
I think he does. He thinks he will, but he's not. I mean, he's an old, washed up, middle-aged man going through a midlife crisis. That's all that is.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity for $2 says, ask him about his sexuality, not to shame Chili. We kind of covered that earlier. And honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like, to me, I don't care.
I don't care either way. I do think he is gay, though.
Do you think he's gay or like metrosexual, or he could be asexual or just Chili sexual and only fancies himself?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just know that he does not. I don't think he likes women. Just judging by, he's never been with one since I've been with him. He's never talked about sexually about one that I've been with, except on video where he's, you know, playing for the camera.
Yeah, there was
like about
really
those
funny
ponytail cops and stuff.
Yeah,
but
there was one a while back where he was talking about fucking someone so good, and he started doing like the shaking thing. It was the creepiest shit I've ever seen. Mac Alex for $2 Canada says the Airbnb FBI is after him. I know, right? He claimed that because I worked for Airbnb like 7 or 8 years ago, that I got him fucked out of his Airbnb. What a moron. Gene Hodgman for $2 says, are Chili's injuries real, shoulder and knees? I think so. Like, there is some evidence to suggest they are, but he wouldn't provide any evidence though at the time.
I don't think they're as bad as he claims they are, but he definitely does have issues with his knees and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a young man either, like, just being real.
No.
He's been in, okay, I don't know about this, so I'm just reading it as I'm seeing it. Angel Franable says he's been in gay men exercise videos. Google Chili De Castro men's exercise magazine. I don't care about his preferences. I care about his lies. Likewise.
Yep.
I've heard about that magazine, but I haven't seen it. Elizabeth Gneal says his sexuality is not Telelex. Sounds about right. Frank Perry for $2 says, where do I get indestructible paper? Yeah, the trifolds are quite something, but it seems like it's making them a pretty packet, though, in fairness.
Oh yeah, that is the majority of the income that was coming in was from trifolds.
Fair enough. Christopher O'Connor says, who cooked up the Floyd thing, Chili or Floyd?
I don't know what you mean by cooked up the Floyd thing. You know, what Floyd did to Heather just, happened. Nobody planned that. Floyd's a dumbass.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Mac Addict says, you don't have to be gay to be in a gay workout video. That is true. Like, I was a bouncer in a gay bar. I'm not gay. You know what I mean? So, like, that's a fair point. And if it got him paid, it got him paid, and even if that was the case, like, that means
nothing wrong with that.
me. No, not at all. Like, I mean, it's the other shit that he does that bothers me,
Yep.
I do want to see this magazine though at the same time. Somebody said there that I already have a subscription to that magazine. Oh, I have seen that. Yeah. I have seen that. That's actually hilarious.
Send me the link to my email.
I can't. Oh, you actually have to buy the magazine, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, if somebody has a screenshot of it.
Yeah, if somebody has a screenshot, send it to me. Oh man, yeah, that'd be fucking brilliant. And one thing I haven't seen is the Super Necessary Dude stuff coming up in a while. That's been quite a while. We have Rolling Smoke for $5 says, who co-signs the leases for the commercial places he rents?
I don't know. I don't know how because he has horrible credit. So I don't know whether Jeff Lloyd is the one that is actually paying for them and putting them in his name or what. I mean, I really don't know.
Yeah. Jeff Hart says, you warn others to open their eyes, yet you had no problem keeping yours closed to Tina, Kate, and others while you were paid by him, and no apology yet. What do you say about that?
You're right. You guys are absolutely right. I should have listened to you back when I should have never started working for him. Tina, I apologized to her on the phone. She can tell you that. I've talked to her already.
Yeah. She told me as much. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 100% wrong in him. He buffaloed me. I talked to him on Facebook. He played talked a really good game and made it out like they were all lies. And shortly after starting to work for him, I found out who he really was as a person, and how disgusting and what pathetic loser he is. The reason I stayed working for him was for two reasons. I needed money, and secondly, regardless of what a piece of crap he is, we were helping people. He wasn't doing it for the right reasons, and he was pocketing like the money. Like when we do fundraisers and stuff, like I know for a fact that like if we raise $1,000 for somebody, anything over that $1,000 he keeps for himself. He pockets every dime of that comes over it. So, I mean, but they wouldn't have had, the way I look at it is they wouldn't have had that money. They wouldn't have had any money without him, helping them and without me helping them. So I want to try to help people when I can. And that's the only reason I stayed in there, was to try to make a difference, because I do care about making a difference. And I am very passionate about, police accountability and all that. And I do support good auditors. I was a 1A fan even before working with Chili. I don't support the people like Chili, though. I don't like what he does, antagonizing the cops, going after them and instigating. If you're a good auditor, you are there to just report the story. You're there to just film. That's it. You're not there to be part of the story. You're not there to cause a scene. You don't make story you.
Yeah. No, that's spot on, and it seems like a lot of people in the side chat appreciate the explanation and the apologies and stuff like that. Strangier asked, do you know anything about him getting fired from the Power Rangers?
Supposedly, he thought that one of the female castmates on the Power Rangers was getting sexually assaulted by one of the producers. And he went and said something about it and spoke out about it, but that wasn't the case. She came out publicly and said, he's full of shit. Nothing happened. He's a liar. So I guess that's why they fired him over it, as far as I know.
Fair enough. Let me see here now. Okay. See if there's anything else that pops up here. The Origins of Religion reckons you're a sellout. Who is that? I actually don't know who that is.
I don't know either. But you guys are welcome to your opinion.
ZB Studio says, Demon, sorry, mate, but once again, if Chili's earning 10 to 25 grand a month, why can't he just buy a phone? Bullshit, mate. They're colluding together for sure. So I have been getting a lot of messages and comments from people who think that you and Chili are working together to troll me somehow. Now, I will just say this, right? And I can understand why people would think that, because a lot of trolling goes on and all the rest of it. But my position on this whole thing is all I'm doing is asking you questions that people are asking me to ask you. Whatever you say is your opinion, your perspective, your view. And even if that is a troll, that doesn't come back on me. I'm only providing the platform for you to say your piece, be it a troll or not. Do you know what I mean? Be it a troll or not, it doesn't affect me in any way. Because I'm not co-signing any of this stuff. I'm just taking what I see and giving my perspective. So that's kind of the safest way to do it anyway, just right across the board.
And I think you could, I think I've pretty much dispelled that, because a lot of, he wouldn't blow up everything. He wouldn't blow up his channel. He wouldn't blow up, like he is now, and just go off on a tangent with doing all these crazy lives. I mean, he wouldn't do that. He would, especially his income. All he cares about is money. He wouldn't delete every, video on his channel just to troll a troll,
Yeah. Because, in fairness, he has always seemed to kind of avoid any of that stuff as much as possible, because if he's trying to troll me and things like that, it's not doing him any good, because he's just going to look like an idiot either way, and he's not going to make any money from it. But either way, even if this was some big elaborate troll, it doesn't affect me in any way. I don't give a shit. I'll just say it as I see it, and if I disagree with what you're saying, I'll say it. You know what I mean? Let me just put it to the chat. Is this a troll by? It's Colin with 2 L's, right?
Yep, 2 L's.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure. So I'm just going to put it to the chat. There's 1,000 of you watching right now. Let's hear what you have to say. Is this a troll by Colin and Chili? This is just your opinion, and you can give me your opinions in the side chat as well. Just be interesting to see what people have to say.
Absolutely.
And again, it makes absolutely no difference to me whether it is or not. It's just getting your perspective. Simple as that. Has anybody ever told you that you kind of look like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys?
Yes, actually.
Okay, I had and same roof lining too.
Yep.
Yeah, I lived in Australia for almost 6 years, and roof lining every time, man. As soon as it got hot, roof lining was coming down.
For real, man.
Ass.
Yeah.
The Owlfish reckons the jury's still out. 81 USMC says Chili isn't smart enough to troll. I don't even think that. No, I do think that. I don't think he is. I don't think he's smart enough to troll, but I also don't think he would need to. The only angle that I could kind of figure out from talking to people earlier is that in some kind of a way that he would maybe think that if I said something about him or had you on my channel saying something about him, that it would help him in court somehow. It won't help him against me, because all I've done is given my perspective based on evidence that I see. Anything you say, I'm basing my view on it on the evidence that's provided or not. And that's it. So, Lemon Tart says, nope, just another downfall of Chili. Stuart says, everybody hit the like button.
I second that.
What's the story with his headphones and his logo or brand? Kind of looks like a swastika, if you ask me, but Dreams and Wi-Fi says, I think Colin has been sincere and honest with us here today. He doesn't appear to be giving bullshit answers, so I'm going to believe him, which is fair enough. Because, like, in fairness, a lot of questions that you were asked that you could have, you know, opened a can of worms and spilled the beans on, but you didn't know the answer to, you just simply said you didn't know the answer.
Yeah, I'm
You
not gonna
know, which
lie.
is
I'm not gonna. It's just
exactly.
like with the buying subs things. You know, I'm not gonna lie. If I thought he was, I'd tell you. You know, I'm
Because
being
people
honest.
would love if you had come on here. I know they would, because so many people asked. People would have loved if you came on and go, "Oh yeah, definitely, he told me." Because you could just tell us he told you on the phone. We'd never know one way or the other. But you
Yep.
didn't. You just told us that you didn't know simply, and that's
See, the
fair enough.
way
I
the
think
way I
that's
come
reasonable.
from, my reputation is everything. You know, a lot of people lose that nowadays. A lot of people they're just entitled and selfish, and they don't care about that. And I was raised right. You know, your word is your bond, and your reputation is everything. And that's why I was loyal to Chile, because you know I'm a loyal person. You know, I care about my reputation. If I say I'm loyal and I'm not going to hurt you, then I mean it. You know, I'm not going to screw somebody over. You know, unless they screw me over first. You know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally get that, and I can kind of see that too. Salacious for $5 says, tell us about the plan when Chile was trying to get people to give you a car, please.
I still do need a car. I'm currently driving my dad's car because my car is
Mhm.
broken down. But we were trying to get a car because when I first met him, he wanted me to fly out there to Vegas, or not fly out, but drive out there to Vegas and live with him in Vegas. That was till he realized that I was fat and a smoker, and I had cats. He hates people that smoke. He really hates fat people. He has a huge thing against fat people. He can't stand overweight people. That's why he makes fun of like cops that are fat all the time and stuff. That's a big thing for him. He can't stand obese people, fat people. Um,
Yeah, he kind of went there with me as well.
yep.
Hmm. Let me see here now. I think I saw another one. Oh yeah, Tonka said Colin replied to a comment I made on a Chili vid. He was so nice it befuddled me, and I left it at that. Lol, he won. Actually, I said the same thing before too. That I've made comments on his videos, and you've responded, and I'm like, is he taking the piss out of me here, or what's the story? But no, you were just being yourself, really, from what I could
I'm a
tell.
good guy, man. Even when I, was replying to comments, under delete Lawz clips, when people would leave comments that were against Chile, I would reply as
Mhm.
I would say it. I'm not a fake person. I've never been a fake person.
And in fairness, I can say from my perspective and experience with you over the past few months of any emails I've gotten from you, it's been nothing but respectful and like never a nasty word or anything like that. So I just point that out to people as well, like that's from my perspective. And we've had a lot of over and back, and it's always been cordial. And because for the longest time I thought it was Chili. I didn't realize that it was two different people. And I was like, why is he
Yeah.
being really nice to me here and calling me a prick in the other email? You know what I mean? It
Yep.
just didn't make any sense. But
No, I've been watching you for a long time, man. I love
absolutely. I
your show. I
remember,
love
yeah, I remember
you.
talking about this before, and that's, I think a lot of people don't realize that you originally started out as a troll channel. I remember you in the side chat of my channel like
Yep.
a year and a half ago, not pretending to be Chili, but being like a Chili kind of comedy clone. I think
Yep.
people did forget that too, and I guess people didn't understand then why you went and helped Chili, but that's the thing. I think a lot of people have that kind of us and them mentality, which doesn't help, in my opinion. And
Yeah. No.
then
Regardless of whether it's somebody that likes auditors or hate, like, I don't like any of this tribalism bullshit on YouTube. I mean,
yeah, same,
it hurts everybody.
absolutely. And then we have Daniel Linger says, to anyone that doubts Colin here, ask this simple question: what has he said that changes what we already know about Chile? That's true, except for maybe the what is it called? Something alien, something or other.
Project Aliens. That's the
Project
big secret
Alien.
that he doesn't want to get out.
I'm going to put
He
that to him and
doesn't want.
ask him about it.
Yeah, he doesn't want anybody to know about that because he doesn't want anybody to know he's involved with it because he doesn't want people attacking him. He
So
wants
when
to
is this
pretend
supposed
like
to
that's
drop?
somebody else's channel. He's already filmed like 2 or 3 episodes of it. I don't know when he plans on launching it, but he already has a channel, and and he well, I don't know if he's going to do it now that I outed him, but he does plan on launching it.
Alrighty. Well, I'll definitely ask him about it. I mean, yeah, when I read it first, like I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it seemed like too good of a joke to be true that I was like, I don't know, it seems a bit weird. But like, I'll wait and see what comes out. You know what I mean? Because like when I saw it was like Teletubbies and aliens and shit, I was like, somebody slipped something into your coffee because that sounds really fucked up.
It is. He sent me some. I actually tried to find him last night. I can't find him. I don't know whether I accidentally deleted him or what. But he sent me a couple clips, you know, of like what he filmed at one point, and it was the most ridiculous, idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life. I was laughing my ass off.
So you might actually have a clip of that somewhere, do you?
I did at one point. I tried to find it. I might still have it, but I tried to find it last night because I was going to bring it on the channel if I could find it, but I couldn't find it.
That would be fucking amazing. I would love to see that. Like, I wouldn't put it past him. Actually, like, it's not outside the realms of reality because he's done Super Necessary, dude. He's been a kind of a third grade Power Ranger. He's done similar shit to this, the jock sock. Like, this is his MO. Like, this is the kind of shit he does.
Whatever he can use to make money. That's all he's about.
Yeah, no, I could see that being plausible at the very least. Now, maybe he was fucking with you. I don't know, but
oh no, not at all. He actually hired. There's 2 more editors he already hired that have been working on that project.
Do we know who they are by any chance?
I don't know who they are. He wanted me to edit for him, and I told him no. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life, and that didn't go over too well.
I cannot fucking wait to see that. Darth Bane for $5 says, question for Colin: have Chili got pulled over by? Has Chili gotten pulled over by the police using the phone as he was driving on the road, as he's speeding on the highway or interstate roads? Because you know the way he streams while he's driving and all that stuff.
Has he gotten pulled over for doing that? Yeah,
I think
he's gotten pulled over on video a few times.
That's right. That's right.
Apple Valley, he was pulled over for streaming while driving.
That's right. I do remember that. Nemo813 for $5 says, what's going on with Chili's 501c3? I don't know what that means, but
the charity. He wants to.
Yeah.
Charity.
Well, he's a bit of a charity case. Like, let's face it. You know.
Yeah. He's never going to get it. I highly doubt the IRS would ever approve him. You know, with the financial records he has and all the illegal stuff he's ever done. You know,
I'd have a better chance of getting trials for the Patriots than he would have getting that. Mr. Shigora for $5 says, question: why has Chili unblocked nearly everyone except me? Am I on some special hate list? I think you may well be, Mr. Shigora. You're always causing fucking trouble.
There are people. I don't remember specific names, so I can't tell you if you're one of them. But there are a few specific people that even when he unblocks everybody, he specifically reblocks those people to make sure he does not want them on the channel. Like Josh and Kate and even you. Like he'll block those people, regardless of whether he unblocks everybody or not.
Like I know he's got a mad hate boner for me. He's got a hate boner for Kate. Who else was he going after? Blue Bacon.
He really wants to go over Dickbag now. He really wants to go after him.
Yeah, he really doesn't like Dickbag Patrol at the moment, does he?
Mm-mm.
Who else does he hate? Like proper hate?
Welsh. He really hates Welsh too. He's filed like close to 75 copyright strikes on Welsh, I think. To try to get him taken
that shit with me too. He tried that with me and I blocked it. I got my
he tried to get me to do it. I told him no, I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it. I'm not, I'm not going to copyright strike people. I'm too busy working. I want to move forward. I told him, I said, stop fucking with the trolls and stuff. I want to move forward. Let's continue doing what we're doing, and let's not get involved with that. And
Michael over on PayPal, thank you so much, says, ask him about Rage Girl radio lawyer scam.
He doesn't like her at all because she's a woman. Like I said, the only reason he went there to help her was because of Sean Reyes. He wanted to show up Sean Reyes, Long Island Audit.
Yeah, yeah. Like, let's face it, he wants to be Long Island Audit.
Oh, absolutely. He can't
no
stand
question
that
about
Long Island Audit is doing what he actually wants to do.
To be, yeah. And he's making a lot of bank doing it too.
And he's doing a good job. I mean, he's actually making a connection with the police departments and, going in there and doing training together. And I mean, he's doing a good thing. So,
I mean, he's not like, I used to really fucking hate him, but
I still don't like the guy, but I mean, he is, as far as the auditing goes, he's doing a good thing, and he's not necessarily antagonistic with them unless they, say stuff to him. He's not looking for a fight.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the case for the most part. But like, he doesn't have. I just don't think he has the right attitude to ever get to that level. You know what I mean? Like, in reality, he's just too
Absolutely.
unlikable.
Yep.
But
he has a very polar personality. You either like him or you hate him, and
I
most
just
of the
don't
people
get the
hate
people
him.
that actually like him. Like, he's just so abrasive, and I don't
because
get it,
he's a con artist, and he puts up a good front. Like, until you actually get to know him, he puts on a good game. He
and like, even from speaking to the other Colin, definitely not Cromwell, he said much the same thing too. He's really, really good at getting under your skin.
Yep.
Like, he is good at kind of making you believe him and making.
He is the most manipulative person. Yeah, he's the most manipulative person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah, I have no doubt. I've heard that from so many people as well. I'm just trying to see if there's any more questions before we finish up for the night. I think that's everything for now. Is there anything else that you can think of, or?
No, I think I covered everything.
I think so. Like, there was a lot of ground covered there. I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully this alien thing. I think that would be absolutely amazing. It really fucking would. So yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. Oh, actually, that's a good question. Who wrote the cease and desist for Dickbag?
Chat GPT.
Who's that?
Chat GPT, the AI.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity says, for my ego, am I on his radar? I hope so. I've no fucking doubt.
Absolutely.
Who else is he gunning for?
He still says he's going to sue Gunner, although I think yesterday he just said he's not again. But
he did, yeah.
He still claims he's going to sue Gunner. He claims he's going to sue Dickbag. He really wants to sue Dickbag. He really wants to sue Welsh. I'd say he's definitely. I don't think he's going to sue Gunner, but he's definitely going to sue Dickbag and Welsh. He's probably definitely going to sue you now. He's definitely going to sue me.
I hope he does. I really fucking hope he does. My beautiful lady friend, Demon's Cherub, asks, does Chili wear makeup? She's a makeup artist, and I knew she was going to ask that at some point.
Sometimes he does, yeah. Sometimes he's just too lazy or doesn't have time to, but a lot of times. I know
she is dying to ask this question, and I know she's actually probably getting off the couch right now to come over and ask me. And I'm guessing you have no idea, like myself, what the difference of all these different things actually are. Is it just like concealer, or does he go full makeup? What's the story there?
I have no idea, but I do know in one video he posted recently, you could actually see it on the tip of his nose. He had a big clump of it on the tip of his nose.
Oh shit! Any place I could see that? You don't know which one it was, do you?
I don't remember what video. It was one of his live streams recently. I think within the last week.
Paul Rumor Fraser, my cousin from over there in Scotland, says, thank you, Colin and Demon. Sue me, Chili. We'll give you a Glasgow kiss. Fucking A. Dastardly Vortex for $2 says, has anyone asked about the Nutella incident yet? So yeah, the night after he had this huge tub of Nutella and then he claimed there was dog shit on his door. Rather than like a normal person to go, oh no, there's dog shit on my door. Who did that? He fucking grabbed a handful of it, stuck it up his nostril and sniffed it and was like, oh, it's okay, guys. It's Nutella. It's like, if my dog shits in the house, right? Like it's been raining nonstop for the last 2 days here. There's flooding everywhere. So my dogs refuse to go out because they're 4 inches tall. So they're not going outside. And I have a puppy pad down for them. But if they miss the puppy pad, I'm not going to pick up that dog shit and go, is that Nutella? Like, who the fuck does that? It was so obviously fake. I mean, did he ever say anything to you about that? Or
He never said anything to me. That was before my time. I do remember when it happened, but he never told me about it. And I mean, me personally, knowing how he is and what he's done, and especially how I think he broke his own window out on his car in Vegas. I think he did it. I think he.
I have fucking no doubt. I really have no doubt. Okay, I think that's about the end of all of the questions. Oh wait, no, hold on. KMB says, does Chili watch Merb to see how good discussing Lawz motions in his lawsuits are going to go?
Absolutely.
Oh, I have no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt he does. And others, I'm sure.
He even sends some of his motions. There's been times where he sent his motions to Merb first.
To see what he would say.
Yep.
Lee for £2 says, ask Colin about Team Skeptic, because he was going hard after Team Skeptic. For fucking sure he was.
He is suing Team he is suing Team Skeptic.
That's still going ahead, is it?
Yep.
Interesting. Pope Phil the First for $5 says, petty super chat, Colin could troll, but does anyone really believe Small D can? In other words, Chili. I first of all, I don't think, number one, that he has the mental capacity to actually do that. Number two, I don't see what he could possibly get out of it. And number three, fuck Chili. So either way. So the poll has got 425 votes. Give me 75 more votes. Let's get to 500 votes and then we'll end the poll and see what the results are. Paul Rumor Fraser for £5 says, Chili nostrils are so fucked that he could not make the difference between shit and Nutella. That's actually a good point. His nostrils are probably burnt out.
Oh, I believe it. He's definitely over there snorting something.
That's purely conjecture from my part, but I agree 100%. That's what I genuinely think. That's just my opinion, which I have a right to because of the First Amendment and all that. Not that that matters because I'm in Ireland, so it makes no fucking difference whatsoever.
Other than weed, I've never seen him do any other drugs while I've been on the, on video with him. But I do suspect that.
Oh yeah, I have no fucking doubt. Night Noodler says, team knows how to get under Chilito's skin. It's a beautiful thing to watch. He is particularly masterful at getting under his skin. That's for fucking sure. He showed the symptoms of snorting too much cocaine a few times, including the paranoid knocking. Yeah. And then there was when he was down in Colombia, he was fucking off his tits. And people were giving me shit in the side chat because they were like, oh, he's down there doing loads of cocaine. It's like, hold on a second. Cards on the fucking table. If I was in Colombia right now with a load of other people's cash, I probably would be too. Let's fucking face it. Like, you get in a taxi, you get a half a pound for like $2 fucking or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If you're into cocaine and you go to fucking Colombia, of course you're going to be off your tits on cocaine.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, goddamn. Like,
that airport video, he's lucky he didn't get picked up by airport security, man. I mean, he was going nuts.
Oh, he was off his tits. And like down there, it's a different story. PhD Tony for $5 says, sorry I'm late. What was it about Chili that suggested he was an employer Colin wanted to work for?
Nothing suggested it. It just kind of happened. Like I said, I was originally a troll and was making content, making fun of him. And then we had a conversation where he said he liked my work and actually, he appreciated it and wanted me, wanted to, he said, would you do that for me? Could I turn you? Would you do it for me? And I said, well, no, not really. You're a piece of, all this crap. And like I said, he talks a good game. He convinced me otherwise in that, that hour-long Facebook conversation we had.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, it happens. It does happen. Lee for £2 says, I really want Chili to meet Jeremy DeWitt. Imagine that, a fake auditor meeting a fake cop. That would be quite something.
That would be a good one.
That sounded like a soft tail, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty
Definitely
sure that
a
was a
Harley.
Harley. Yeah, no doubt that was a soft tail. I'd know that pop anywhere. That was an Evo soft tail. I would put my fucking house on it. Isn't Chili prohibited from owning firearms and ammo as part of his conditions in the Vegas court? I actually do not know. I genuinely don't know.
I know Vegas is an open carry state. That's the only reason Chili is getting away with carrying a gun out there, because there's no, there's no way he would pass a concealed carry permit. He already applied for one in California and got denied, so there's no way.
It's pretty hard to get one in California anyway. Like, like in New York, it's the same. It's pretty fucking hard to get one, so I'd imagine he'd struggle. The one and only Miss L says, does he still believe the Rich Gregson troll? That was fucking awesome. That was awesome, that whole thing. Right, I think we've pretty much covered just about everything. We've gone through a lot of stuff. We have 458 votes on the poll right now. Fuck it, we'll just end it there because I think it's not going to change a whole lot. So 76% of people think that it's not a troll between you and Chili against me or anybody else, and 23% say yes. Seems pretty overwhelming in your favor anyway. Roland Smoke for $2 says, what 2 to 3 people is Chili most scared of? That's a fucking great question.
That's actually, it is a good question.
That's a fantastic. So I guess there's a few ways to
he's most scared of himself. Honestly, I think he's most scared of himself because he is the one that ruins everything he does. And he can lie to everybody else, but in his heart, he knows that. He can't, like I told him
in his own coffee.
Yeah, in the text I said last night, I was like, you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. You know the truth, buddy.
Absolutely. But I suppose outside of that, let's say in the YouTube sphere, just for example, who would you think, just from talking to him or whatever, really gets under his skin the most? Who's the one of all of us troll channels that he really fucking hates? Like, who does he hate the absolute most?
I would say right now it would be Dickbag and Skeptic.
Yeah, he really.
Well, actually, right now, as of yesterday, probably you. But prior to that, it was Dickbag and Skeptic were the two people that every other day he'd tell me that he's going after these people. He's going after.
Yeah. What about Kate though?
Oh yeah,
you got, like, I've met Kate in person. I've talked to her. Like, she's an awesome lady, and we all know how strong and fucking capable she is. I bet that probably hurts him a lot, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think I'm at the tip of his hate spear right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Kate is.
Am I in trouble? Okay, sorry. Here, 1 second. Am I getting sued already? Cool. Sorry. I just thought maybe she was coming in telling me about an email that I hadn't seen yet. Okay. Let's see. There was something else there. That's a fucking great question, by the way, Roland Smoke. Thank you for that one. Paul Rumor Fraser for £5 says, I'm surprised sniffing dogs weren't humping Chili at the airport when he came back. Petty chat. Thank you so much indeed. Yeah, I'd say he got his money's worth over there. And you know what? I'm not into coke, but if you are and you go to fucking Colombia, let's face it, that's what you're going to do. You know what I mean? We all know that most people we know probably party and take a little bit of sniff, whatever. No big deal. Just don't do the bollocks with it. Strangier for $2 says, does he keep a stash in those big ugly headphones? Well, he's not stashing brains in there, I can tell you that much. Robert
Yeah.
Carley for $2 says, what state is Chile planning on running for governor?
Even he's not sure, although he has talked about it has to be a small state. He wants to do it in a small state first because that's the only way he thinks he would even stand a chance.
So like somewhere like Maine or
Yep.
Vermont or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I think he's running for governor in a state of complete and utter delusion. The old fish for $2 says, who put the stick up Cabbage's back? Chili's backside. All of us. Absolutely all of us. Like, it drives them mad. Oh, yeah, Rhode Island or Ohio. Can we get Glenn's area down to Columbia to insult cops there? Yeah, that wouldn't go well, would it?
He'd have to get rid of that warrant to run in Ohio, though.
Oh, yeah, he does have a warrant down there, yeah. Paul Rumor Fraser says, state of disgrace for £2. Thank you so much indeed. Yeah, that sounds about right, for fuck's sakes. He is a bit of a disgrace to himself. I bet he's hurting right now over all this. And you know what? Good. Fuck him.
He deserves
He's
it,
a small
man.
island off Hawaii. He had a zero
Karma's
population.
real, man.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, whatever about, if people want to believe it's a troll or whatever, fine. That makes no difference to me at this moment in time. It wouldn't affect me either way. But either way, he's a piece of shit. We all know that anyway. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. What does Chili think of Shiz?
I don't think he thinks anything of her. I don't think she's even on his radar.
It's more Kate, I guess, really, in that scenario, isn't it?
Yep.
I think we've covered just about everything, man. So are you going to be heading over to Welsh News Network at some point?
Yeah, I'll probably go over there.
Fantastic. Yeah, so because I know that you guys had a lot of chat before and stuff like that, stuff that I'm not really involved in and things like that. So I'm sure they'll have some really interesting questions. So I'll definitely catch up on that later. But anyway, yeah, I think as I say, we've pretty much covered everything. So yeah, lads and lassies, thank you all for joining me tonight. And Colin, thank you so much for coming on and for giving us your side of it. Just remind people where they can get in touch with you and your channel and all that kind of stuff. I'll actually put your channel link here as well. What I'll do is I'll put it in the description and in the comment section for anybody who wants to check that out. Last super chat of the night, Frank Perry says, I live in the smallest state. I dare him to try. I got an extra room, brother. We could have a blast. I know politicians. Fuck yeah. I'm there. That would be amazing. That'd be so much fun. So anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much. And again, Colin, thank you so much for joining me. And if you just want to remind everybody about your channel and where they can get in touch with you and all that kind of stuff, please go ahead.
Yeah, my channel is Project Constitution. At Project Constitution is where you can find me. That's the handle. And my email is projectconstitutionvideos@gmail.com. You can reach me there. Feel free if you guys got any more questions that haven't been answered tonight. Leave me a comment or shoot me an email. If I know it, I'll answer it. I have no problem telling you. If you want to support me, my Cash App and PayPal and all that is in my channel description. And that's pretty much it. I thank you all. No, I'm good, thank you. Okay. I thank you all for listening. And like I said, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you guys from the beginning. And thank you, Demon, for giving me the platform to tell my side of it and not let him just slander the fuck out of me.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, thank you again so much. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to play the Battle of Pettysburg intro as the outro, and we'll catch you all soon. I'm sure there'll be a bit of fallout from this. My channel might not even be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't. I'll come back when you whenever Chili's live. He just did a live, so whenever you play that, I'll
absolutely. I'll probably play that tomorrow if he's having it. I'll probably have a listen to some of it because I think he's taking a bit of a shit on me in that one, and I welcome it, frankly. So it's going to be a bit of fun. Richie Bell says, why are you begging for money? Nobody's begging for money. It's just if you want to support work that creators do, then that's up to you. Nobody's got a gun to your head, you know?
Yeah, I'm not digging.
No, fuck no, me either. But seriously, send me loads of money because he's going to shut my channel down. No, I'm only joking. That was a joke. Don't actually do that, but do really. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for joining me. Again, Colin, thank you so much. And stay in touch. Let me know if anything comes up, and we'll catch you really soon. Thanks a million.
Absolutely.
Take care, man. All right, guys. Well, that was Colin Campbell. My understanding is he's going to be over on Welch's channel here at some point. I don't know if that's tonight or later on down the line, but definitely check that out. Because my understanding is they have kind of a different angle that they're dealing with or whatever. So definitely go check that out. And yeah, exactly. Doctor Who Design. He asked for work. That's not begging. That's like, hey guys, this is what I can do. If you want to pay me to do it, please do. That's what I do. That's what we all do. That's what working is. But anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much indeed. I'm going to play that fun little intro as the outro, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Sancha. My dearest Martha, I write to you from the rain and blood-soaked fields of Pettysburg. On this day, forces of the Irish Demon Army have amassed. They have come from the rain-soaked hills of Ireland to take on the forces of Delete Lawz. And of course his people have come from the jizz-soaked basements that they dwell in. I sit here writing by candlelight thinking about you and all of the freaky stuff that we used to do, but more on that later. Today we had a deserter from the other side, in fact a pretty high-up general, and he has come to us with information that we think will help us to win this civil war. The men are cold, but their hearts are warm. Knowing what they're about to face into, the opposition has amassed a force, including a very feared YouTube anti-hijacking team. But we do not fear, my darling. For we know that the good and the great are on our side. The good General Frank Perry is leading the way, infiltrating and causing some trouble in there. And we think that he has indeed done a good job. The Demon Army has grown quite significantly in these past few months, my darling. But hopefully we'll grow some more today. And so soon I step foot on the fields of Pettysburg, and I do not know if it is there that I shall lay forever. If not, I cannot wait to feel your warm embrace again. But in the meantime, my darling, send nudes. Yours faithfully, General Demon.
This is the most boringest live stream going, I think.